ads. So what we do is we block by default. If it's not on the list, it cannot run in your environment. And that is our core.
The society, this is the type of stuff that regulators go crazy on. It's as if the Hale-Bopp comet got married to the submarine that exploded on the way down to the Titanic.
Yeah, tell him, Mooch.
So this is a sync for me.
Not editing.
You didn't actually expect him to vote yes after everything that he said, right?
I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought I had a chance.
But you still got 4 out of 5, so congratulations, my friend. You swim.
That's crazy.
Thank you, guys.
That is crazy. That guy's walking out
As soon
with
as
a
the
swim.
green lights light up, you just feel this
This
sense.
couldn't be a more comical parody of a crypto investment. A guy pulls up with the ugliest fucking meme coin on a Cybertruck, gets out in like crypto investor standard outfit, no socks, describes a meme coin, admits a meme coin, admits they're going to rug pull, and gets 4 out of 5. That is beautiful.
It's relief. It's just like an incredible feeling.
He quotes, his first line is, "Memes run the world." Elon Musk said that. That is beyond parody to be the first winner of season 2. How much of it do you own? He goes, "That's a private question." I can't answer that. That's a whoa, that's a private question.
You guys are out of your minds. These things are going to 0, and you're gonna be sitting here regretting that you had the green lights flashing in here.
Let's see.
I don't know about that.
I do. I fucking do.
Hi, we're really excited to be here with you guys today and introduce you to the world of story living. We are the founders and co-CEOs of Kaleidoco and the Particle Inc. project.
And we're combining these decades of experience to immerse people.
In swimming or get mogged. So this is California.
It's in
to
LA.
pitch their startups. At stake is 1.5 million.
Oh, I'm in season 3 for sure if it's in LA. If I'm not gonna fly. Oh, I'm going down to the crypto Shark Tank fucking Emporium.
They just got to go head to head with the most intense names in the entire industry and walk away with a swim vote.
I'm 100% with you on this in swimming.
Or get mogged.
So this is a sync for me, and you should go find another job.
And win nothing. The killer whale.
Holy shit. Or they get mogged by the mooch. Dude, I saw my goat Wendy is still there. She's a woman, she's in crypto, and she will call you out on your shit. I still remember Wendy.
You may not like him, but you gotta respect his grind. From Long Island paperboy to Wall Street hedge fund manager, via a brief stint as Trump's right-hand man in the White House, Anthony Scaramucci.
Dude, funny to say brief stint. I mean, what was it, like 30 days or something? It was insanely short. And then now Scaramucci just spends all his time going on like CNBC talking shit on Trump. 10 days. 10 days. Oh no, Wendy this app.
First up,
how the fuck are you gonna launch season 2 without Wendy? Wendy made the show. Where's my goat?
karate isn't exactly new, but this next project has the potential to drop kick these whales into a feeding frenzy.
I'm sorry, is the very first pitch on Crypto Shark Tank season 2 going to be karate but crypto? I love this show. I love this show, bro. We gotta hear him out. We gotta hear him out.
Our events aren't just fights. Every event is like a real-life version of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. We do that using immersive 3D sets created in Unreal Engine and precise camera tracking. This is all done real-time at live events with a live audience. Sports fans today, they consume content.
Well, this kind of looks kind of interesting. Well, I don't know the crypto part, but it's kind of interesting.
Before every bout, fans can go on the Karate Combat app, and the token holders can allocate their tokens to the fighters they think are going to win. If their
it's
fighter is
gambling.
victorious, they earn additional tokens. If the fighter loses, they don't lose any.
It's just, it's gambling. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. They invented their own gambling token for their own fight sport. Is this actually a good business? Okay, this one has
gotta be printing
3.6
money.
million views.
And now, our final
It's on the
fight of
moon
the
for some
night,
reason.
the main event.
Yeah, it's fighting lefty.
Oh,
Back kick.
Jumping axe kick or jumping crescent
So
kick.
is this like UFC? or is it more like WWE?
He has a bit more active towards the end, but Vincent has at his moment as well, you know.
Okay, this plus crypto. I'm seeing the vision.
Token holders determine fighting prospects, the rule set, and a number of other critical decisions. This governance model provides...
I'm sorry, what? Tokens that you gamble govern the rule set. So those who gamble the most and win big can change the rule set of the martial arts fighting?
You know, you guys are the whales, you guys are really tough. Does anyone want to step in the pit and actually fight?
Fighting your investors, all right? What I don't understand here, and this is what I think of all crypto businesses. All right, look, the idea of making a fight league somebody can watch and you make money on them wanting to watch it, that makes sense. If it's entertaining enough, people want to watch somebody fight on the moon, fine, they'll watch it. What is the crypto at? This could just be a fight league, but with US dollar gambling on the app. I don't like, is the crypto just for tax avoidance? Like what the?
Here we go, Big Mouth. This is your opportunity.
All right, I'm in, but who am I fighting?
Go dance,
Who am I fighting?
Pretty face?
You're not fighting me, you're fighting him.
Mario, you are dumb, man.
Hey, man. Get your ass kicked.
Low IQ.
This is shame. This can only end badly.
Everybody knows the rules. Kicking, punching. You're allowed to throw your opponent, but no wrestling.
He's really gonna do it.
A lot of people in Web3
Are you ready?
waiting for this moment.
Let's go.
Are you ready?
You look like a crash dummy,
fight.
Mario.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
So this is the problem. When I go on the show, they're going to do the same thing, recreate it, but the guy's actually going to fight me. Make fun of our show now, bitch.
But let's get into the nitty gritty and see if Rob can convince the whales to Taekwondo or Taekwondo. Pause for laughter. Oh, I don't read that part. My bad.
I did laugh. You got me.
The fighter like killed Mario. Don't understand the tie into Web3.
Yeah.
Why it's important
Me
for
too.
the products. Can you explain that to us?
If you pull 50% of our target market demographic, which is under the age of 34-year-olds, 50% say they're only interested in watching a sport if they have a wager. We believe up-only gaming is one of the key.
I mean, he's probably right. That's fucking crazy. Kids will only watch a sport if there's a way to bet on it. Nice. I love that.
They can just wager with cash. Why do they need a token for this?
Well, there's a number of things. So having a token is great for incentivizing people. They can actually have real governance over the league. And we believe combat sports are perfect for that because it's almost like a protocol to some extent. You have rules and you're choosing the people to
I don't
fight.
understand,
And we want to
like-
give the fans what they want.
What percentage of the token does the team own?
With us, it depends on how you define the team.
Let's stop beating around the bush. If the community control the sport, what percentage of the tokens are in the hands of insiders so that insiders can influence the
I can
outcome?
tell you, the most important point is that the fans do control the league. They are over.
Okay, so it's a classic crypto token where 99.9% is owned by insiders. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. But you know what? Like, in this case, I guess that's fine because the idea that fans could gamble their way into controlling the rules makes no fucking sense. Why would that make any... Why was the person that gambles the most wise at controlling the rule set for a combat sport?
Okay, so Robert, you are not giving us a lot of data, but let me share some data here. You have very big social exposure, huge community, but the on-chain transaction is telling me another story. Your DEX trading volume within the past 24 hours is only barely 4,000 USD. Only, 150 on-chain transaction in the last week.
Okay. That's the smartest thing said on the show. From the Data Queen. I kind of would have preferred if Wendy just talked about her time working at a store and how that understood. But the fact that they're finally fact-checking the actual transaction volume of any of these coins, Yeah, of course nobody's using this fucking coin. And that's the whole point. This doesn't make sense for crypto. If they have an entertaining product, they can get YouTube views and make money on that. The idea that someone's gonna want to own this token is insane.
How many downloads does the app have? So we have over 200,000 downloads. We focus on active users.
How many?
It was 100,000.
Okay, that's not bad.
You made your case.
It's true.
It's time for sink or swim.
All right, we got there. We got all we needed to know.
Back on a roll.
Once the judges really dug into you, you pretty much folded. But the thing that really saves you, in my eyes, is that you're actually getting rid of the middleman in combat sports. Because I think fighters really get the raw end of the deal. And your token is an actual governance token. So you're giving the fans something more of an incentive to get involved and be excited about your product. So I think you do have a future. So with me, it's a swim.
If you haven't watched this show before, the absolute best part is when they start talking and they say something that shows they're completely out and they talk themselves into swimming. They always do the opposite. It's so beautiful. Also, my understanding, this guy is the middleman. You're saying we're gonna get rid of the middleman you're the middleman between the fighters and the fucking viewers. I can never tell if they're in or out. That's why it's so fun. They'd be like, this is the worst idea I've ever heard. And that's what they said to Einstein when he invented physics. I'm in, you son of a bitch.
As I pointed out, the data tells me that your on-chain transaction, your tokenomics, your utility value doesn't really make sense for you guys to have a blockchain segments. Sorry, I have to sink this one.
What if you were prepared for all those interview curveballs?
Oof. Listen, lady.
I'm not a data.
I respect you being the data queen here. But if you're gonna fact check every crypto investment, you're not gonna invest in anything. Okay. If everybody that comes in here with a cool idea, you're gonna check to see if it makes any money or works, then you're gonna be sinking every one. So don't be a fucking spoil sport, okay? Wendy knew how to have fun on this show.
I don't like the aspect of the blockchain. You have to figure that out if it's really going to be a blockchain business. But I do believe you're going to be very successful. And as a fellow entrepreneur, I am a swim.
I love combat and I love the dopamine. What I don't like, though, is that people come into crypto and pretend to be decentralized when actually they're just centralized companies trying to enrich themselves from the crypto community. And that's the feeling that I got here when you explained the tokenomics to me. So for that reason, I'm going to sink this one.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's
For those
every
of us
crypto.
who can count, that's 2 sinks and 2 swims.
Okay, so this, I guess, matters now. Before, the rules used to be that you needed 5 swims to even get mentorship. So once one person sank, the rest of it was a fucking joke. But now, I assume if you get 3 to 2, you're able to win some of the money?
You've got no transparency in your tokenomics. It's complete opposite of what the blockchain is meant for. But you've got an incredible, incredible business. And I've seen karate combat in Dubai. And I've been to your event and I've seen the celebrities there. It's an incredible, incredible sport. And I think you've got a shot to be the main competitor to UFC. But I'm very worried you're gonna screw it up with the token. So unfortunately, it's a very, very tentative sink.
We sank.
What I don't understand is on a crypto show, how can you say to the one decent business walking in your door, this is great, but the fact that you're trying to do crypto with it means I'm out. Well, I mean, I agree. I fucking agree, but that's why I'm not in crypto. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, sure, his business is fine. You know what I mean? But if you're the crypto guy, then I don't understand. Like, what?
You today, but I think take a leaf out of what Mario said. I think you've got an amazing, amazing, amazing real-world Web2 business. I just think that you may be destroying your business with the token. So you're not going to swim with us today, but good luck out there.
I agree, but what? Why do you agree?
In the end,
why do you
like
agree? I don't understand.
Yeah. I mean,
now this is peak. Okay, we're back, baby. From the Batmobile in here to the Cybertruck.
just rocked up.
Someone said bingo card free space. It's a guarantee we're gonna see a Cybertruck at some point. A custom wrap Cybertruck for Brett with an NFT animal on it.
In a Cybertruck. You think he's overcompensating for something?
Hi everyone, my name is Jake Agan, and I want to start this pitch off with a quote. He who controls the memes controls the universe. That's a quote by Elon Musk, one of the most successful entrepreneurs of our generation and huge meme coin advocate. Now I know most of you guys have heard of Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and Pepe.
Okay, first of all, opening with a Elon Musk memes quote jumping out of a Cybertruck. Fuck yeah. Also, wearing no socks, peeping the H-Rock fit during the Gavin Newsom interview. I respect that. This is a swim already.
Meme coins are fun. Meme coins are exciting. Meme coins give people a sense of belonging to a community, and they are changing the guard in the crypto space by giving the power back to the people. And that is why I'm here today to talk about the #1 meme coin on the base chain, which is Brett on
I'm
base.
sorry, this is last Japanese soldier still fighting World War II 27 years later. Who the fuck still believes meme coins are about the community? We've had like 4 straight years of rug pulls. Everyone involved has proven to be a scammer scamming other scammers. There is no community credit. Like, this would be laughable in 2022. In 2025, he's hitting you with, this is like about the love and the fun and the community of it.
Brett on base is currently the #6 meme coin in the entire world, and it really is changing the guard in the crypto space. No longer do VCs or accredited investors have the advantage. Brett on base is giving the power back to the people.
He's still doing the GameStop pitch. The no longer these Wall Street types, these VC, even though Wall Street owns all the crypto today. It's down 66.4% in a year. Buy the dip, boys.
What's your role in this project exactly?
I'm a community member for Brett. I make content mostly in the meme coin space, but I cover a lot of cryptocurrency. And when I saw Brett on base, I went all in, and they asked me to come on this show, and I was happy to represent them. So
you don't even own any. You're just a bag holder. You're just a guy that owns a lot of this token. You're a random guy. You didn't create it. You're just literally bumping your own bags? I guess it's more honest.
How much bread did you hold?
That's a private question. I got in early, you know? I got in early, and like some of these guys here, we like to eat big. So I'm a big holder in bread and a big believer as well.
I'm guessing you hold some of the tokens. Where are the founders?
Does everyone here own Bitcoin? Can someone tell me who Satoshi Nakamoto is?
Satoshi Nakamoto is the alias or pseudonym used to refer to the person or persons responsible for creating Bitcoin. Their true identity still remains a mystery.
And I'll leave it at that.
Good answer. Good answer.
He's him. He's fucking him, dude. Holy shit. Mog them. You don't know who started Bitcoin, so you don't need to know who started fucking my anonymous meme coin that I'm writing in here to shill.
I must agree, guys. I do think that with memes, it's better if the founder's not known, because then they become a celebrity coin. I do have a question for you, which is what's going to make this meme last beyond one cycle? If I look at all the memes...
You know what I love about the two of you guys? You know this is like a bunch of horse shit. You believe in this?
What do you mean I believe in it? I love it.
Jake, make the case for a retail investor and an institutional investor. Go.
Yeah, for a retail investor, like I said, you join a community. It's a fun thing to be a part of. Now, for a traditional investor, if you look at cryptocurrency this year in 2024, the top 5 meme coins have...
Sorry, did they edit that down, or was that his answer? His answer was, you join the community and it's a fun thing to be a part of. But they're just gonna steal your money. You own a massive chunk of it. The founders, who are anonymous, own even more. And the second the retail buys in, they're gonna rug pull you. We know the story because it's happened a million times, but that's fun. That's fun because you're part of the community.
Is that what if you and your small group of friends owns, let's say, 20, 30% of the token, and you can pump and dump?
Let's be honest, it's player versus player, right?
Okay, can we just say it? Data Queen and Scaramucci are killing the vibe. We can't have a crypto show. I can make fun of it if the two hosts are gonna hate on crypto the whole time. Okay, you're gonna sink every fucking project.
Do you agree with me that the game, as it currently is not fair?
The game is rigged, as
Okay,
it currently
do you agree with me that most retail investors coming into these kind of tokens don't know that insiders initially held 80% of the supply?
I would agree with that, yeah.
Okay, so do you agree with me that those people have unfortunately got risk that they don't know about?
I think so, but what we saw with Brett, right? Let's say any of those people got in the past 3 months, they're going to be very happy that these whales that have a lot of money are holding their supply.
Until when?
And there it is.
This is such a strange episode. This is such a flip from season 1. It's like what they're saying is true, but you are running a crypto Shark Tank. It's like they watched the reacts and they flipped the whole theme of the show. I understand. You're right, but why do this at all then?
Are the insiders in it for a quick pump and dump buck? Or is the meme coin backed by purpose with potential for longevity?
Of course it's not.
Until everything else, right? We know crypto's not going to go forever. We go on cycles. We go
until it gets to 10 billion or 5 billion.
Until Bitcoin,
and then the
Ethereum,
whales are going to
Solana.
say, at this point, we think it's not going to go any higher. And who are they going to dump their tokens on?
Everybody has a fair chance to push the buy button, and everybody has a fair chance to push the sell button. So those people that are getting in,
It's not fair.
That's probably the concern I share as well. The transparency isn't there.
Should have put the logo on the Titanic.
This guy, we have rug pullers' rights. If they don't want to get rug pulled, just sell before us, who own 88% of the float.
You've had to have had somebody like me dressed like this, look at you and say you're a smart kid, but this is fucking bullshit. So tell me why it's not bullshit.
the world is changing at a faster pace than we've ever seen. Back in the 1920s, we had stocks. In the 2000s, we had the tech boom that not many people anticipated. And now in 2024, it's the attention economy where we have distractions all the time. TikTok, we have Instagram, we have people who are sick of the big VCs, sick of accredited investors having the upper hand. The people saw what happened with GameStop. That's translating over into the...
What the fuck are you talking about? You can't just open with like, times are crazy. The world's so crazy and mixed up now and things are changing so fast. People need stability in the trying times. And that's why they need to buy Brett on Base, a meme coin that we're going to rug pull. What are you, you're just saying, Reddit, there's no relation to be what you're saying and what has to do with your product.
They're sick of having to have $1 million net worth in order to enter a fund like yourself. When Brett launches on Base, anyone can get in and anyone has a...
He's spinning. He's cooking with this one. I wasn't on his side? Yes, dude, yes. The average Joe is sick of being ripped off. That's why we need this meme coin, another meme coin. That's what'll do it.
Jake, I must say, first of all, I'm not sure what the future is for meme coins, but if you're betting on the power of community and you're betting on the power of hype, which is what meme coins is actually all about, you can't bet against Brett. So for that reason, I'm swimming.
Okay. That's crazy. That is a crazy thing to fucking say. But I just want to be so clear. We're all aware of this. Betting on the power of community and betting on the power of hype is really betting on there's enough desperate people out there who are also hoping to rug pull before they get rugged. That's it. You're just betting that someone else expects someone even dumber to come along and buy in. So they buy in hoping they can sell before you, who has the massive advantage in the big insider stake, sell first. That's not community. That's not like hype. That's not fun. It's just if you can get enough attention, you can get enough desperate people to throw their money at it.
This is a bet on the concept of meme coins and a bet on base. I believe in both. Surprisingly, I'm also gonna swim.
Let's go.
Jake, I'm not gonna lie, you rolled in the Cybertruck, you jumped out. I'm like, this is just like a LARPing male model, like, you're not gonna fool me. But you actually impressed me when you stood in the paint and you answered the tough questions. I thought you might have been a bad actor, but you seem like one of us.
Is he reading off a script? Like everything he says feels like it's off a script. It feels like he's looking at a cue card. It's like, it's not, it doesn't feel natural or related to the conversation at all.
Like, you're not gonna fool me. You actually impressed me when you stood in the paint and you answered the tough questions. I thought you might have been a bad actor.
I feel like,
but
can
you
we check his glasses? Someone do that. Someone scan these, dude.
When you stood
Zoom
in the paint and you
enhance.
answered the tough questions. I thought you might have been a bad actor, but you seem like one of us. So for me, it's a swim.
Amazing.
He got 3 swims? This
Love it or
product?
hate it, meme coins are here to make waves. I think Brad is already swimming. I can't sink it if you don't sink it. So I have very high expectation in you and the community. For me, it's a swim.
What the fuck is going on? They just grilled the shit out of this guy for his business being a total scam, and now he got 4 swims, one from the Data Queen? The last business at least was a business. It had millions of views on YouTube. It was a real business. What is happening?
It's time for Scaramucci to weigh in. It's possible
If
he
he's
could
in,
convince
I
other judges
can't
to
watch.
change their vote.
If he's
All right,
in,
Jake, you're a very nice guy. You're very presentable. You got a lot of charisma, and I wish you great success for you. But I absolutely hate this project, and I'm taking issue with the judges here because they're in the space, but they don't see the space from the macro angle of the society.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that regulators go crazy on. It's as if the Hale-Bopp comet got married to the submarine that exploded on the way down to the Titanic.
Yeah, tell him, Mooch.
So this is a sink for me.
Ready to lose the hat and regrow the hair? With Chews by Hims, you can regain your hair and your confidence. Our chews are powered by clinically proven ingredients like minoxidil and finasteride, so you can grow thicker, fuller hair in 3 to 6 months. Your treatment is 100%
They're not editing.
You didn't actually expect him to vote yes after everything that he said, right?
I knew it was going to be tough, but I thought I had a chance.
But you still got 4 out of 5, so congratulations, my friend. You swim.
That's
Thank you, guys.
That is crazy. That guy's walking out
As soon
with
as the green lights light up,
Ladies and gentlemen, 60 Minutes, in honor of a brand new book by Andrew Ross Sorkin about 1929, has made a video called Worrying Similarities Between Wall Street Today and 1929's Pre-Crash Market, which sounds extremely interesting, and I wanted to watch it with you. So that's what's going on.
Stocks took a nosedive on Friday after President Trump threatened a big tariff hike on China.
They're already back, first of all. Let's not get our kilts in a bunch. Yeah, they're already back. He already backed down a bit. On Friday, he's like, China will not get away with this. They will not let this stand. They have made a big mistake. And then on Monday, or on Sunday, he was like, Xi Jinping's a good guy. He made a little mistake, but who doesn't? You know, but he's a good guy. We're going to get this figured out. We like China. That was quick.
Is he alerting us that what's been happening in the markets lately is a replay of what led to the most devastating financial collapse in our history?
Yeah, first of all, interesting setup. I do want to say, writing about 1929, even if there was no similarities between now and then, would still be very interesting. That's not running out of news to cover. It's like a fascinating time. Anybody who's interested should read or learn more about 29 and other great financial collapses and bubbles. And even if it doesn't play out the same way in the future, there's a lot of parallels between how humans respond to incentives, to greed, to corruption, to FOMO. You know, all these things have played out over and over again throughout all of human history. And you could learn a lot by looking at previous financial bubbles, even if this one's different in many ways.
I'm anxious that we are at prices that may not feel sustainable. We are either living through some kind of remarkable boom, part of that's artificial intelligence and technology and all of that, or everything's overpriced.
Okay, so he's fake. He's fake. He doesn't understand that Sora is awesome. You can make SpongeBob smoking weed and getting arrested by a cop at the same time. You don't understand that ChatGPT can literally do my homework. I feel like he doesn't get it. What kind of rollie does Andrew Ross Sorkin have? I don't know. His watch certainly isn't like glistening with diamonds. I'm not seeing any shine on it, so how can we trust him? I will say though, his response is fine, but her question was like, the stock market's up now, it was up then. I'm seeing a parallel. It's like, well, okay, the stock market can be up without it being a crash. Like, it's not, just because it's up doesn't mean it's 1929. It's that it's so extraordinarily, so quickly up. The fact that it's rising on, you know, seemingly shaky ground. That's the crazy part. The part where it feels, I don't know, like FOMO. Like people are like piling in because other people are piling in. It's like, it's a self-reinforcing cycle.
We're always being undone by bubble.
I like Andrew Ross Sorkin. Why does he look like a lizard? What is it? Is it just the shadow? Bro, it looks like he's like He's got like an X-Men. Is it a condition? It's a medical condition? Oh, I'm so sorry. That's crazy. Is that real though? I can't tell if you guys are joking. I gotta look it up. Oh no, he has an eye condition, but it just changes the color of one eye. This is a shadow, right? He does have an eye condition, but that's not what I'm talking about because his other photos don't have this. He has one brown eye, one blue eye. That's a shadow. Okay, well, it looks crazy, right? Anyway, probably not relevant, but that...
1929 was a sugar rush using a newfangled concept to take on debt called credit.
Crazy newfangled credit. Now we have we've advanced a lot since then. We no longer have credit. We have buy now, pay later, vendor financing. We've changed the name, so it's way different.
And it was really General Motors that basically came up with the idea that we're going to lend you money so you can afford to buy our cars. And then the bankers realized what's happening, and they realized that they can lend out money so that more folks can buy stocks. Access.
Well, look, as with all things, it's like credit worthiness and risk. Somebody lending you money to buy a car is not necessarily bad on its face. Like, it's fine. If you can afford to make the payments, it's fine. You get a car earlier, it probably makes your life easier. You probably get a job you couldn't get before. There's benefit to that. I mean, a lot of people are in cars they can't afford. We have a huge auto loan problem in this country right now, so I don't want to say like I'm totally on the side of people loaning people money for cars. But in theory, it's fine. People loaning you money to buy stocks is f***ing crazy. It has been crazy. It continues to be crazy. I hate it. People on Robinhood using leverage to make options bets is so stupid. I'm sorry, it's fine for crypto though.
Since then, laws, regulations, and agencies have been put in place to protect investors.
And they've done such a good job. And let me tell you, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau has never been stronger or more well-funded under our glorious leader, Donald Trump, and after the wise and steady hand of Elon Musk earlier this year. They went through with a fine-tooth comb and they made sure everybody at these consumer agencies have what they need to enforce and protect our citizens. And that is why fraud is dead in this country, okay? You can't get away with it. It's like Minority Report, dude. They can precog. They can figure it out before you even think of the crime.
The SEC rules aren't as stringent anymore.
Yes. The Consumer Protection Bureau practically doesn't exist anymore.
Correct.
That's what
I guess I was wrong. Sorry. Yikes. I took a swing and defended my goat, Donnie T.
But historically, the average ordinary American wasn't really allowed to invest in the private companies. But in this flag of democratizing finance, there's a lot of people who want access to that.
We made a video called I Have to Warn You or something. And it's about how they are trying to democratize access to all these private investments for 401k holders and regular people. And it's just putting them into more risky situations they don't understand. Just more and more like hidden, opaque private equity companies where you can't see regular financial updates and you don't know how well they're doing. And they'll promise you it's going to be great. They promise you it returns a certain amount a year, but you could be taking on a lot more risk than you expect. There are more private equity firms in the U.S. today than there are McDonald's. I don't know where you read that. It could be true. I think what you mean is like firms owned by private equity, which is like vets, nursing homes, plumbing companies that have been bought by private equity. I don't think actual private equity firms are that many. That doesn't make sense to me. It's probably a few big private equity firms buying a lot of small businesses. Okay, it's funny that a lot of you are saying the same thing, which means the guy that said I read really meant I saw in a YouTube video that everybody else saw. Like, all of you are repeating the same fact, which means you all saw the same recent video, seemingly by how money works. And that guy's like, no, I read it. I just read.
Many people don't believe in capitalism anymore. And I think a lot of it is because they were not a part of the growth of the economy.
We went to Larry Fink.
People don't believe in it because of guys like this. It's frustrating to be in support of free markets when guys like this are around. They f*** up the whole vibe. I think people talk about wanting capitalism or free market. These five people will talk about capitalism, free markets. But what they really mean is like, as long as it's removing a rule that hurts me and establishing rules that help me. They want it until there's a competitor. They never actually want competition for themselves. They want to talk about competition, but they never actually want competition. They never actually want a lot of small businesses to have equal advantages to be able to. So it's frustrating because I don't feel like they're being genuine, but they tar and feather the good name of markets with their rhetoric.
CEO of BlackRock.
I was making fun of that guy, but now that I know he's the BlackRock CEO, Oh, let me show some deference. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know how I was dealing. I didn't know I was dealing with a true American patriot in a year.
As I wrote, there are many great opportunities to be invested.
Sorry, this is the same guy, right? This is the guy that did the holiday video. Am I crazy? This is the guy from my other video. I always forget the guys. They all look very similar. I'll be honest with you. There's Blackstone. Oh, he was a cameo. He was in that video, but he was a cameo. It was the other guy. Not all rich, all people look alike. I can say that because in exactly 4.5 years, when I shave, I'm gonna look exactly like this guy. Okay, you're gonna be unable to tell us apart. So I can say whatever the fuck I want about him.
The opportunity to invest in these private markets.
But they are risky, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, but everything is risky other than keeping your money in a bank account overnight.
It's like reeking of booze, holding open the door to a beat-up Ferrari that you stole, saying, "Get in, let's go for a ride." Isn't that risky? Everything's risky. You could just sit at home if you didn't want to have a little bit of risk. Okay, but there's levels of risk. And what you're talking about is highly risky for people that can't afford that level of risk. It's their life savings. They don't have other people's money to gamble with.
It wasn't that long ago that the big bankers, Jamie Dimon and Larry Fink, saying that crypto was stupid and a fraud.
I did say Bitcoin, because we were talking about Bitcoin then, was the domain of money launderers and thieves. But, you know, the markets teach you have to always relook at your assumptions.
To everyone who believes in Midwest magic, you'll always find it here at Culver's.
Midwest Magic transforms Wisconsin cheese into golden cheese curds. Ta-da!
And it turns every bite into a smile.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Yeah.
Oh, do they? So interesting.
There is a role for crypto in the same way there's a role for gold.
It's different! Larry Fink, you son of a bitch, it's different! Don't lump my glorious precious gold in with your shit coin. They behave differently in times of stress. I don't like this guy, I'll be honest with you. I hate to say it in the year of kindness.
I'll give you a bizarre story of my own. I was on television with Larry Fink, and he makes a joke, I think, about how there should be a Sorkin coin. 2 hours later, somebody makes a Sorkin coin.
The Sorkin coin peaked at $170 million worth of trading.
Crypto's so stupid. It's one of the dumbest perversions of money since the dawn of time.
What role do you think these business leaders should be playing
That's
now?
a good interview, too.
My own view is that most CEOs in America today are very scared to speak out publicly about anything. They are so worried that they are going to be attacked by the administration or regulated.
Rightfully so, right? That's not a crazy fear. That is exactly what has been proven. That's the meta. The meta is kiss ass, or you won't be able to you'll make trouble for your business. It's like mafia shit. It's like you better pay the protection money or things could go wrong for you. That's how it is.
But I can assure you, unfortunately, I wish I wasn't saying this, we will have a crash.
A good ending. And just true. You know, I really don't like when people imply that, you know, like 2008 was the last one ever. That's it. We figured it out, and we'll never, ever, ever have the human problems of greed or FOMO or expansion of debt. They'll never bite us in the ass ever again. It happened for thousands of years, but we figured it out. I'm excited for this book. It comes out today. I mean, this is not a promo, but I'm going to read it, and I'm probably going to make a video about it. I would love to do a video about 1929 in general. I feel like I haven't covered it. It would be cool to do a video historical instead of just breaking news, and I'd be really excited to do that, so I'm excited. And I'll pick it for my book club. That's what I'll do. I'll pick it for the Lemonade Stand Book Club.
There's a lot I want to talk about here after seeing what happened at TwitchCon last night with Emiru being assaulted by a rogue lunatic fan who just walked completely unimpeded past the line at her meet and greet and unconsensually hugged her and looked like tried to kiss her, which is textbook assault. And it's very scary that it was able to happen so easily here. He was shoved off by a security guard, but then he just walked away.
Whoa. That's crazy. Holy shit, what the fuck was that? What the?
The full clip goes on for about a minute and a half longer, but you've now seen the entire security presence here for the Emiru meet and greet. One person.
Feeling haunted by a high price tag? Don't be a scaredy cat, Rob. This October we have deals that are absolutely mind-boggling. They're so good, they're unbelievable.
Drive a brand new 2025 Kia today. Sorrento with 0% APR with 0 down and $500 APR bonus cash. Telluride 1.9% APR or a Sportage 1.49% APR. These deals won't last.
Visit us at Fort Wayne Kia or always online at fortwaynekia.com.
One security guard. I have seen a stronger security presence at my dilapidated local Winn-Dixie. This is fucking crazy. One guy. And also worth mentioning, it's not Emiru's preferred bodyguard from what I understand.
I had a security guard 2 years ago where there was a guy following me around TwitchCon and he like asked him to stop multiple times. My guard asked him and the guy wouldn't stop, so he grabbed the guy, but he didn't like hurt him. He was just holding the guy until like the con security came. And then for some reason they're like, yeah, because your security guard touched him, he's like permabanned from the venue forever. But he didn't even hit him or anything. He just like held him while they waited for like the police to come. And
what the fuck?
And it was like my favorite security guard. I can't have him at TwitchCon anymore.
Now, as I was rendering this video, Emiru posted an update to everything to shed light on everything that happened. And this bodyguard you see push that guy is someone she hired. It's not her first round draft pick or anything. It is not her preferred bodyguard, but it's who she was allowed to bring. And she was surrounded is the word I'm using, very loosey-goosey. There was like a couple of other Twitch-provided Fiverr security drones elsewhere that just didn't react at all. The only one who did something was the one she hired. We're going to be going through her statement quite a bit here, but she's giving an update to let people know that she's okay and thankful for the outpouring of support. The guy had crossed multiple barriers, even in front of other creators, to grab and try and kiss her, which he was unsuccessful at doing, thanks to being pushed off. She then says that she doesn't understand how he was allowed to get that far in the first place, and that the security that does react is her own, confirming that it's not her usual security guard since he was banned. She then says that there were 3 to 4 other TwitchCon security who didn't react and even let him walk away, which again is something you can confirm by watching the clip, that he just walks away completely unimpeded. The woman who was walking me away is also her own personal manager. It's not even event staff, which I thought it was event staff. Turns out it's not. The only 2 people who were checking on her and comforting her were her and her friend. Not even Twitch staff was coming to check on her. There's more in her statement we're going to get to in a moment, but I want to go in chunks here. So, I thought it was one security guard and then a couple of event staff that you could see in the clip. Turns out it's one security guard she brought, and then no event staff. It's just her manager and her friend. So where the fuck is TwitchCon security or staff at all here? They just let this guy walk up to her and did nothing, and even just let him get away after assaulting her too. Again, I still cannot even believe they banned the security guard that she wanted to bring and had brought in the past that did successfully prevent a potential threat from harming her. It's so fucked up, and I truly can't understand the thought process behind their decision to ban him in the first place. He did his job properly. He held the potential threat until authorities arrived. What else are you supposed to do? That's like the #1 thing. You're supposed to stop the threat. And that sounds like exactly what he did here. I think maybe Twitch was concerned that he used excessive force or something because he grabbed him.
That's tragic.
What? Like, what do they think? He put him into a headlock and then hit him with an atomic power bomb into a fucking tombstone pile driver and then a Frankensteiner on the way out? Like, what do they think happened there? Now, I've read mixed things on who's responsible for that bodyguard being banned, whether it was Twitch or the venue TwitchCon is held at. But regardless of who's responsible for the ban, the fact that he is forbidden from being there because of being good at his job is just unacceptable. This guy walks past this entire line, literally just fucking fee-fi-fo-fums through the whole line here at the meet and greet and assaults Emiru. Nobody stopped him when he was cutting through the line, and it wasn't until he had already assaulted Emiru that he got pushed off. And then he didn't even get stopped or anything by additional security, because there was only that one guy that was there as like a bodyguard. Like, I don't know, I would just kind of expect after a fucking assault just unfolded here, there would be a big response from the TwitchCon security personnel. Like coming over here throwing like a spike strip down, or like at least throwing a banana peel down so he slips and falls on it so they can apprehend him. But I didn't see any of that happen. Nothing at all, just fucking crickets. Just tumbleweed rolling through here. Like, he just walked away. Apparently he did get ID'd like after this happened later, because Twitch made a statement which we'll go through in a minute, and it sounds like they ID'd the guy and everything. But this is a complete failure on Twitch's shoulders here for their event. They banned her preferred bodyguard, whom has previously demonstrated the ability to stop something like this from happening, and instead supplied non-existent TwitchCon security around her meet and greet, and forced her to hire a different bodyguard, one that wasn't nearly as efficient as the one that she typically uses and wanted to have present here to protect her. And just stew on this for a moment, because when you break it down, TwitchCon security literally did nothing. Not only did they not stop the guy before he assaulted Emiru, again, it could have even been a murder or something if he had like a weapon or something. He was not stopped despite plenty of, ample opportunity for them to intervene. Not only did they not stop him, after it happened, they didn't even pursue him. The only one who acted at all, that one security guard, was not a TwitchCon security guard. It was someone Emiru hired, a bodyguard she hired. That was the only person that acted at all. And the only people that checked on Emiru were her team. No one on the TwitchCon event side of things, apparently, according to Emiru. So that means, at TwitchCon, the security didn't do anything at all, nor did the event staff do anything to even check on her after this happened. Holy shit. That is inexcusable. I've talked about events and stuff in the past. I've never been to TwitchCon. I have no plans of ever going to TwitchCon or anything even remotely similar to it, and I've always expressed, A, I don't think I'd have fun, and B, I'm always worried about events like that, like legitimate safety concerns. Ever since the Christina Grimmie tragedy, where she was murdered at a meet and greet, I just have a huge hesitation with this kind of thing, because you never really know who's there and what security looks like. I know prior to TwitchCon, apparently there was a big emphasis on Twitch's side of beefing up their security. I'm not seeing that at all. The proof is not in the pudding here from what I'm seeing. It's extremely concerning that this creep was able to just walk up slowly, mind you. It's not like he charged the stage or something, with a fucking 4-second 40 where they couldn't respond in time. He slowly, calmly walked past everyone. Security, event staff, no one stopped him at all. Like, shit, I got stopped more often trying to go to a lacrosse party in college. Like, they were more vigilant about stopping people from getting into a fucking party, let alone, like, the actual safety of the guests here at this event. It is just crazy to me, because this guy could have had a weapon. He absolutely could have had a weapon. Like, it is just dangerous. It is dangerous, and it's a complete failure on Twitch's part here. Now, like I said, they did make a statement about this. The safety and security of all those attending TwitchCon is our highest priority. The behavior displayed by the individual involved in the incident yesterday involving a high-profile streamer was completely unacceptable and deeply upsetting. In line with existing TwitchCon security protocols, law enforcement and event security were on site and responded to the incident. When? In 7 business days? Like, where were they? Because, again, in the longer clip, it's like 2.5 minutes, and he just walks away. Like, you can see him leaving, and I maybe I missed it, but I didn't see anyone stopping him at any point. We immediately blocked this individual from returning to the TwitchCon premises, and they are banned indefinitely from Twitch, both online and in-person events. We're coordinating with the impacted creators team, and per our standard protocols, continue to cooperate with any law enforcement investigations. We have increased security at the meet and greet attendee check-in point, and we'll have additional security personnel surrounding participating streamers. If you've RSVP'd for a meet and greet, please note that we are unable to accommodate +1s for the remainder of the event. Twitch has zero tolerance for harassment or acts that inhibit the safety and security of our community. Like I said, based on their statement here, it sounds as though they ID'd the guy responsible for this assault here, mentioning that he's been banned on Twitch and from the events. It sounds like there's also going to be additional follow-ups, I believe. That's how it read to me. Now, as a result of the assault that Emiru experienced at their event, they are going to be having a stronger security presence at further meet and greets that are scheduled. The question begs to be asked, why wasn't that an emphasis beforehand? You're saying that safety was like your top priority, yet it's very clear, very evident in this clip that there's not a lot of security there. So what are you doing about, like, safety? Like, well, I don't understand. If safety's such a high priority, where's security? Why, I don't know why it's so lackluster then if it's such a high priority. And again, this is like a huge streamer. Emiru is like one of the biggest streamers. What does security look like for streamers that aren't her size? I genuinely have no idea. It's a legitimate question I'm asking because, again, Emiru is like one of the biggest streamers, and TwitchCon didn't have like any adequate security presence at her meet and greet. What does it look like for a smaller streamer doing a meet and greet? Did they provide anything at all to them? And also, what they do provide is basically anyway, nothing. The security didn't act at all here. So now let's go back to Emiru's statement, because she says something very interesting here about Twitch's statement. In Twitch's statement, they said that the guy was immediately caught and detained. Sorry, but that is a blatant lie. He was allowed to walk away from my meet and greet, and I didn't hear he was caught until hours after he attacked me, and it felt like this only happened because of my manager pressing for it, not because TwitchCon staff present thought it was a big deal. She mentions there's more she wants to talk about on it, but will save it for stream. She then goes on to thank people for the support and confirms that this will be her last TwitchCon, which I think is completely understandable. I think other creators should seriously consider not attending in the future. I did not feel cared for or protected, even bringing my own security and staff. I can't imagine how creators without those options would feel. So according to Emiru's statement here, she believes that the guy wasn't like immediately caught and ID'd by TwitchCon staff or anything like that. And in fact, it wasn't until her manager pressed them for action that they did anything at all. That's unhinged. They didn't want to, you know, jump into action after a fucking assault just took place? I just don't get it. That's completely unhinged. It almost feels like maybe they're more angry about Emiru's bodyguard there shoving the guy. Like maybe they're thinking about banning him from Twitch events in the future or something. Like it doesn't seem like their priority is safety. If they were going to just let this guy walk away until Emiru's manager had to force their hand to do something, this is just not a safe environment. And this isn't a new criticism of TwitchCon. This has been consistently something that people have spoken out about for years with TwitchCon. Like, I'm sure a lot of you have heard the horror stories that have been reported numerous times in the past at previous TwitchCons about like drink spiking or like the lack of security present, stuff like that. It has been something that people have mentioned numerous times, and every time Twitch tries to assure the community that, you know, they're really taking security seriously this time around. This time, you know, it's fucking locked down. There's gonna be no issues. And like clockwork, there's always seemingly some kind of big security concern or something that arises at TwitchCon. It's just, I don't understand how they're not doing anything to like remedy it. Even in this, which is again supposed to be like their big year of security, like, because they made a huge, you know, stance on how strong they're going to be with security this year and how seriously they're taking it, how seriously they're going to take it, and then day one of TwitchCon, Emiru gets assaulted. And then in this clip, it really seems like there's not a lot of security there. And if there is, like off camera, a bunch of security, they're not very efficacious. They're not very good at stopping a legitimate threat. Like I said, this guy's intentions could have been to murder Emiru here. He could have had a weapon, and he wasn't even stopped. He got all the way to her and assaulted her before he was finally shoved off. Like, there is a real problem. And according to Emiru, it's actually even worse than that on the TwitchCon security side, where they didn't even like want to go after the guy until they were forced to by Emiru's team pressing them for it. So not only did the assault happen under their watch, where they had ample chances to stop that guy, but none of the handful of security that was around intervened in any way, and then didn't do anything to pursue the criminal. That's a crime. Like, that's a crime, and they were just gonna let him get away with that. It's complete lunacy. Emiru mentions that event staff didn't, like, check on her or anything. What you saw was her team checking on her and, you know, making sure everything's okay. So, what is TwitchCon, like, where are the event staff and security then? So they don't even check on someone who was just assaulted? They don't even go and see, like, what just happened? Like, are you okay? Do you need anything? Nothing at all? Like, that's crazy. It does not feel like safety is a huge priority at TwitchCon. What happened to Emiru is terrible, and it shouldn't have happened at all. It shouldn't happen to her or anybody attending TwitchCon. Another thing I want to briefly mention here. Apparently Emiru didn't even want to do the meet and greet she was obligated to in order to keep her show.
So I had to cancel my meet and greet because of the stuff, but in order to, I can't cancel my meet and greet and not cancel her show because of the fact that the reason I cancel my meet and greet is I don't want to be in the same place for 2 hours because of people being weird.
Okay.
And then I'm under contract with them, so I can't cancel one and not cancel the other.
Interesting. Oh.
So I'm sorry,
I kept my meet and greet because I wanted to keep my show. Surely it'll be fine.
I'm sorry, Emmy.
I'm sure everyone will be nice.
It sounds like it was a contractual obligation that if Emiru wanted to keep that show, she would have to do this meet and greet, which is something it doesn't seem like she wanted to do, but was trying to approach it with optimism about people, you know, being nice and not being weird. Unfortunately, that's just not how things panned out. And it's crazy. She didn't even want to do this meet and greet. It's something that it seems Twitch was requiring her to do in order to keep the other thing that she actually did want, unrelated to the meet and greet. So she decides to oblige and do this meet and greet, and Twitch doesn't even do the bare minimum of giving her adequate security to protect her. Holy shit. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's about it. See ya.
It's been like 3 years since we had a video take off.
Yeah. Come on, let me surrender.
What? What's going on? Folks, today we dive into a city that I love very, very much, Milwaukee. And for those that don't know, Milwaukee is no joke. It consistently ranks as one of the most dangerous cities in America, and it's the place that many regard to be the birthplace of the infamous Kia Boys. I first got introduced to the trenches here when I took a corporate sales job and had to hit the streets wearing a suit and tie. For almost 6 years, I did business in the West Side Hood, the East Side Hood, and the infamous 53206, a zip code known as the most incarcerated in America, where roughly 60% of men walking around have done time behind bars. Today's episode will pay homage to the great city of Milwaukee, and you'll see many of Milwaukee's hometown heroes like Big Frank, Certified Trapper, Chicken P, and G-Baby. So folks, enjoy what I believe to be the funkiest hood in America. From the slang, the dance moves, the accent, and more, Milwaukee is a place that is very special to my heart. A lot of you out there are sitting around, maybe you're on the plane, or you're at a job where you don't have to do that much, and you're playing games on your phone. Well, I say to you, why not play games on your phone and make money? And there's an app out there that wants you to test their games. Game developers put the game on their app, you go through it, you test it, you play it, and you get paid to test out these games. Now, this isn't gonna make you rich, but this can make you a few extra bucks, which maybe that means getting a nice old fast food hamburger. Depending on how much you play, maybe after a couple weeks, you can make this much money. And the creators of this game want me to tell you that if you make in-app purchases and play multiple games at once, you actually level up faster, they reimburse you faster, and you make more money. But to me, it's simple math. If you're playing games for free, even if it's only a few bucks, why not get paid for it? To me, it's an easy proposition. So if this interests you, click the link in my description, download the app, and get started.
All right, folks, now let's hit the streets of Milwaukee.
You're going to see today is a collection of a lot of memories, good memories we've had in Milwaukee over the last couple of years, and a lot of the biggest, finest characters the city has to offer. Now, we couldn't get to everyone, but we got to a lot of the people that Milwaukee knows and loves. I happen to think Milwaukee is one of the most, the gangster street culture is the funkiest, funniest, it's gritty, like it's just a perfect combination. When I say weird, that's a compliment. Like I think it's good to be weird. That means that if you're not weird, that means you're normal. So without further ado, this is a look inside the streets, the hood, the trenches, the city of Milwaukee.
So you got that double cup going, huh?
Yeah, just a little something, you know, not too much, man.
What's up, what's up? How you guys doing?
Oh my God!
Good to meet you. How are you?
Nice to meet you too.
What do you want to say for the camera?
We love you, Tommy G.
I appreciate you.
Yo.
Have a good day. Bye, Tommy G. Bye. Milwaukee, baby. Can't beat it. Yeah. I am from the suburbs, bro. What's going on? What's up? When have I ever said I'm from Milwaukee? You're the one that was yapping. I wasn't even trying to be. I don't have beef with anyone in the city.
Milwaukee when you was not born in Milwaukee, bro. I'm just working. You was in Chicago, right? Lion King. And then you was with some GDs.
I go everywhere.
Bro, you should get your ass beat, bro.
For what?
And I don't get no consent to this, bro. Because if I ever see you on the streets, bro, it's gonna be on the poppy.
What?
Yes.
Why would you say that?
Because you claiming Milwaukee, bro. You're giving us a bad name. First of all, where you born from? Where you born from, man?
In Illinois.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This nigga's from Illinois.
Create spellbinding campaigns with full funnel advertising.
What do you think Ponytail's so upset about, dude?
I don't know.
There's kids here, brother. Is this guy gonna do a drive-by because I'm from Illinois? I love how he threatens. This guy threatens me. Next time I see you on the street, but we were just on the street.
Folks, I gotta say, I have no beef with anybody, whether in Milwaukee or anywhere else. So I'm not sure what this guy was mad about. I probably just caught him on a bad day because nearly every interaction I have with people is friendly. So what just happened there really caught me off guard. But next, guys, we had to meet Meech, a young man you may remember as Mr. E-Brake from my Kia Boy video. Could you show us how it looks to steal a car?
I can show you inside your car.
We check in with him to see how he's doing.
It's been like 3 years since we had a video take off.
Yeah.
What was that like for you?
So that shit really wasn't about nothing, because like, I really was on the wrong shit. Damn, I know none of that now. Motherfuckers getting money and shit now.
I see you've acquired some nice
Cartiers.
Yeah. What's been happening in the last 3 years? I'm honored. I can wear these for part of the interview.
Yeah.
I won't get a smug.
Go ahead, glaze them motherfuckers. I just busted with you.
You got taller since the last time I saw you.
Probably like 2 inches.
Yeah, you got free, and you're starting to get some little muscle.
I was in jail, got a little big.
You in jail?
Yeah.
Did you do push-ups in there?
Hell yeah.
What was it like? What does the workout routine look like in that?
Shit, whenever I got mad, just different push-ups. Whenever I was like, nigga need to get out the shit, push-ups, so I get tired and go to sleep.
That's a good way to do it.
No bullshit.
As like a big brother, I just hope that you guys stay okay, stay safe. I don't want to see anything bad happen to you guys, okay? A lot of people after watching our first video together, they were cheering for you, they thought you were funny.
Yeah.
A lot of people were cheering for you. What was that like?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I had a lot of motherfuckers that started like trying to ride and shit about that video, but I was like, Motherfuckers trying to get in stories with me. Like, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't doing that shit no more. I really don't even want that as my image.
Okay, so what's next? So you're saving up some money. You got some funds now. What are you trying to do?
My brother owns semi-trucks and shit.
Would you ever get into Milwaukee real estate?
Hell yeah.
Your cousin.
My cousin.
That's your cousin. Yeah. He knows a lot about real estate.
Yeah, I know.
He got me into real estate.
He be doing good off that shit. He put me on legit shit. That's when I was hot out here doing shit. He was telling me, like, you ain't got to do that shit. My mama and them was telling me, right? They just weren't doing right.
You were hard-headed, young.
Yeah, hard-headed. Don't want to hear it.
Young people like taking risks.
Now I listen to it because my mama then told me shit come out true a year later.
Yeah.
Really did. Like, mom, don't hang around him. Year later, nigga backdoor him or something.
What's in your future?
Man, like you said, I want to do real estate, transportation. If it make money, it makes sense, bro. Like, I'm trying to be like you. You sit in the house, my nigga. You ain't got to come outside if you want. You ain't got to post this shit if you don't want to.
Guys, Certified Trapper came up from hustling and rapping, and his bizarre antics, homemade beats, and amazing dance moves helped him to be Milwaukee's biggest breakout artist of 2023. Without further ado, let's take you back to 2023 when my friend Certified Trapper got booked for his first huge show in his hometown at the Milwaukee concert venue, The Rave. And to jog your memory, you may remember Certified Trapper from this video. You see some shit or what?
No, that's my little brother with bad.
Oh, okay, you looked like you were about to go Navy SEAL mode on us. So without further ado, let's go see what this night was like. It was pretty awesome. We're here in Milwaukee. Concert day for Certified Trapper, and we're here with his manager, Lando Bando.
What's going on?
Welcome to Milwaukee, sir. What up, big dog? How you guys doing?
Good, bro. Let's get up in here.
Basically sold out The Rave. What is going through your head right now? This is a big show for you.
I'm ready to turn it up.
Are you guys all from the East?
Yeah. East side. East side, baby.
How would you describe the East side of Milwaukee?
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Amazing.
So how old were you when you started rapping?
9.
9 years old. And how old are you now?
I'm finna be 23.
Okay. So over a course of about 14 years, you went from making beats, making raps, to now having a show in your own hometown. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's different. Like, I always wanted to have a headliner show, so it's like, it's different. It's like my first show.
You knew Certified Trapper as a classmate.
Yes, sir.
How old were you when you met Certified Trapper?
I was I met him when I was like 10 years old, long ass time ago, but we went to school together once we got in high school.
What was he like in high school?
The same he is now. He ain't never switched up. He always been that guy. It's just funny though, like a lot of people in the city want like on his music, like they was laughing at him and not with him.
And now they're cheering.
Now they cheering and shit, but that's how it should be.
Is there any downside of becoming famous?
Hell yeah, like, in life, it's always gonna be ups and downs.
Because I think people look at being in your position and like, oh, your life's perfect now. That's the dream. You're a rapper. You're making it happen. Life's just easy.
Cheap back.
What would you say to that person?
It ain't gonna be like that all the time. It's always gonna be like at least one day or sometime. But it's always good to know that she can be way worse.
Love to take my dog Coco on the go. That's usually when I get somebody's urgent email. The features in Grammarly have been really helpful to create clear communication in a second. My name is Claudia. I'm a marketing manager and adjunct professor. Grammarly can help adjust my tone for my marketing role and my marketing teacher role. With my students, I try to be really relatable, but then sometimes you have hard conversations and you need to make sure you aren't coming across a little too harsh. Download Grammarly today.
Get ready with me as I go out for the first time in forever. I've got a content creation business, which LegalZoom's helping me register and start a trust for my kid.
When you need a legal hand, turn to LegalZoom.
Well, we gonna introduce our... That's me scamming a scammer in Barcelona, Spain.
Try some shit, I dare you.
Little does he know, I hired a bodyguard in case things got violent.
Hey, watch out, hey! Hey, back down, back down.
Actually, I hired 2 bodyguards.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Sit out, sit out.
We're good. Let's call it a day.
Yatta. Hey.
We're taking a stand. No more scammers. And it all began in one of the most touristic streets in Barcelona, where you can't go 5 seconds without an astronaut interrupting your meal and giving you a free bracelet.
And when he was selling, there was some guys and they stole my wallet.
And then he said me, one bracelet. And now they came to me and told me, if you don't give me money, do you want box? Do you want to fight? I said, they're trying to fight me.
All right, we've identified a scammer right here. Let's see how this pitch plays out.
Mission failed.
Oi, mate. You giving away free stuff?
Free stuff.
I saw you give a guy a belt.
Belt. You like belt?
For free?
I buy it. I sell it.
You sell them. I see.
Give me something for my family.
These are for free?
These are free.
For free? Thank you.
No. You do the camera, video. Listen.
I thought it was for free. I see you coming up here interrupting everyone's meal. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. He smiles now. He thought about splitting my skull. You think so? He was thinking about it.
arguing with you, you know.
I actually got it for free. Did he offer to give you a belt for free?
He tried to, but then I spoke to another one, and then he just asked for money.
Did you give him money?
Not that one, but I gave
10 euros. 10 euros? Oh! Scammers owe Tyler one. The thing I really don't like, if you were to just walk up and say, hey, you want to buy this for me for a couple of dollars, once they're done with dinner, far more reasonable than walking up, you're playing cards with a lady, and a guy comes up to you offering you a free belt. Get the fuck out of here. Pregunta para ti, ¿de dónde están las Ramblas? Aquí, and ¿de dónde compra este bracelets?
Yo compro en la tienda. Yeah, I buy you want, I give you this. This is for free. You can give.
Oh, for free?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can give anything what you can.
I see, so donations.
You can give anything what you want.
So is it free?
Yeah, it's free, but you know, if we have money also, if you want, because you know, we are living here so hard. Life is so hard.
Where are you from?
I'm from Senegal. You make a video?
Yeah.
No, don't make video.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'll make video if I need to. I'm just curious.
No, don't make video.
Well, I can do what I want. Thank you. No. I'm gonna walk away, but I'll do what I want. I want to let that be known. I have right to film.
No, but not.
You're in public.
I know, but not to me.
How about this? Just you quiet down.
But
for your time.
Video, please.
For your time. Just stop. Stop. Alto.
Transform trillions of signals into relevant reach.
The fact of the matter is, if you want to film, you should be able to film. It's that simple. And as I sat down for a drink and watched,
Es todo. Gracias.
it was clear that you could not avoid these architects spawning out of thin air. It just didn't stop.
¿Qué es esto? ¿Mercado aquí?
No.
No? What is he doing? Is he offering it to you for free? Pregunta para ti, ¿qué es esto?
No pasa nada.
Oh, no pasa nada? Is it, are you selling them?
You, don't come around.
Well, why do you harass people while they eat? Just go, move. Come on now. Let them eat. Perfecto. Gracias. Why do they come harass the customers?
It's all around the same territory.
You did a good deed there.
I'm sick. De las personas que... Sí.
I am saying I haven't like it there.
It's annoying, right? They spawn out of thin air, too. Gracias. He needs to get out of here.
Yeah. Free.
For free.
Yes. And the Latino, give me something.
Exactly.
Starving.
Unbelievable. You're over it too, aren't you?
Every day we are facing.
They harass you while you try to eat.
And some of these scholars are so emboldened, they'll resort to physical violence if they don't get your money, or even worse, if they see you filming.
How you doing, man? What does Hakuna Matata mean?
Hakuna Matata from Kenya.
Oh, Kenya.
Welcome, Barcelona.
Okay, thank you.
From Hakuna Matata.
Okay, good to meet you then.
What's your name?
Tyler.
Tyler.
Oh.
Good luck for you.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah. What do you mean? Oh, thank you.
For this.
Thank you.
Hakuna Matata. Very good, very nice.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Well, thank you. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. You like Africa?
I've never really been to Africa.
Africa.
Thank you, my friend. That's so nice of you. Very nice. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you, my friend.
Somebody please for my family, Africa. A long time here, no fat girl. Some money, please.
How do you afford these?
No, some money. Don't bring money. Only some money, please, for my family.
Like, how much?
Definitely, you're very good guy. You like one more?
I don't want to pay.
Some money for you.
I thought it was free.
Yeah, it's good something good for my.
But I thought it was free.
That is something.
I feel like you're scamming me though.
Very kind, bro. A long time here.
¿Tú eres una estafadora? Sí.
This is my job,
Yeah.
my baby.
But you, how many babies do you have?
Me, I have one baby.
Why are you not being father to your baby?
No, me, I have one.
Why are you here then? Why are you not with baby?
Africa.
Why are you not in Africa with the baby?
Yeah, Africa, Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe? I thought you're from Kenya.
No, my friends from Kenya.
What? Is it free or no?
Give some money.
Is it free? Huh?
Give something.
I gotta give you something?
Yeah.
The fuck?
Money, some money.
I gotta give you money.
Yeah.
I have to give you money.
Please.
Bruh.
I'm very happy. You happy?
Not happy.
Not happy?
No. Huh? Huh? The scammer got scammed. Quit finessing people. I don't want this. Hey, try some shit. I dare you. Oh shit! Hey! Watch out! Watch out! Hey! Hey! Back down! Back down! Hey! Get the fuck away! Hey! Biden! Back the fuck up! We'll crush you! Back the fuck up! Lay down! We're good. Let's call it a day. Calm down. Back up. Back up. Move the fuck away or I'm gonna spray your ass. Then move.
Ya está. Hey, ya está.
Hey.
Let go. Tú no sabes quién soy.
Move the fuck away right now. Get the fuck off. Go. Get out of here. I don't know. Move. Go. We're taking a stand. No more scammers. What are your thoughts on what you just witnessed?
It's the shit.
Do you? Oh, you're bracelets. What is this? Are you a scammer too? She's a scammer too. Don't take her bracelets. One thing you'll also notice is how they populated out of thin air, and they have a whole nation out here apparently. Hey, you know what rage made them? The $10 bill that was fake. You understand the nature of this. You piss these guys off, they try to you. Help! For free?
After being met with our self-defense, these intellectuals wised up and actually gave me a free bracelet.
Two's good. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, so you actually get some stuff for free if you ask for it, apparently. The days are over. That was just the battle. The war has not even begun.
But these guys are nothing compared to the filthy gangs of pickpockets stealing from anyone they can. So I met up with the local pickpocket hunting legend Eliana and her crew to expose, shame, and stop these rats from stealing.
Legendarios.
Yeah, exactly. She's been for 16 years catching pickpockets, and she taught to me how to catch pickpockets.
Okay, she is your sensei.
Exactly.
How are you? Good to meet you. How are you guys? It's the crew right here. You guys saw something?
Yeah, we saw two.
You saw an actual pickpocket?
Yeah, we saw two. Yeah.
Right out here? What hour?
Oh, there they are.
Where?
The guy with the light brown hat.
Okay, we found the pickpockets. They're back at it. I think they may have seen us. We're gonna keep a trail on them. You think they'll steal?
Well, it's their job.
You see, the police is there. Look at that.
Yeah, we'll just hang back. We'll hang back.
Ahí tienes dos, Hace 15 minutos intentaron aquí.
All right, they're going. All right, he's going in. Pickpocket's going in. Cop's going in. Oi. The pickpockets have been absconded. Look what we got here. Public shaming ritual. So what are they gonna do right now? They don't have evidence.
Well, they're gonna see. No, but they're gonna check.
We have more police coming in right now. How did you know it was them?
Yeah, they were scoping the area. They'll sit on benches over here in the north. They'll just like look to see if anybody's left a bag or a purse. Yeah. The guy on the left pulled a box cutter on me a few weeks ago, so I know him.
Didn't even have time to
And
zone
he recognized
use.
me. So they communicate with others, and they saw that we had left, so then they thought it was clear. You know.
So what does the police do if they don't have video evidence of someone being pickpocketed?
They'll check to see if they have any warrants out or anything like that, and then they'll check their person to make sure that nothing's stolen on them.
Let's see if this police encounter escalates here. I'll throw these guys in the slammer. He looks at me with evil eyes right now. Fuck you. You're sitting in cuffs. He started it. He started.
It turns out our pickpocket hunting crew's instincts were on point. This rat had an entire list of cases pending, and he'd be spending a couple nights in jail.
Are they gonna arrest that guy?
Yeah, he does have something pending, like 50.
He probably has something out for his arrest.
50 or whatever.
He had 50 what pending?
51.
51 cases of something? So he's a career criminal. He's going to jail.
Well, I'm not in jail. At least 2 nights he's going to.
He's going to jail.
Solo leveling arrives. Overdrive. Pre-order now.
But of course, as above, so below, with pickpockets infesting the underground subway, looking for easy targets they could steal from without their victims even realizing.
For the pickpockets, the city is a gold mine.
In 10 years, Eliana has developed a host of methods to track and stop thieves. Hundreds of videos that this group publishes even on social networks.
We publish the faces of pickpockets on social media because it's in the public interest.
Going into the lion's den, we're gonna find these filthy fucking bastards.
But real quick, do you make videos but don't have enough money or time to make shorts and clips promoting them? With every big YouTuber using shorts, reels, or TikToks to get discovered, with Opus Clip you can make high quality shorts in minutes without editing using the power of AI. You just copy the link of the video, search opus.pro, and paste the link. Let Opus thanks Opus for helping make editing shorts a breeze. Back to Barcelona.
Here, 3 women, 3 pickpockets from Bosnia. They were stealing, trying to steal the people who is taking the elevator, So maybe they will come, because what time is it? Yeah, I used to show them around this hour, like 12:30. They drive.
Let's go.
All right, Spidey senses engaged. We're going. We are ready to rumble.
Ahí arriba, mirando. Es que roban mucho por arriba,
We saw something. Fast can you run 50 meters?
You are faster than me, eh? I saw you running in Rome.
The Africans were very fast. See where Eliana's. She's sniffing the trail of something right now. And you can see their eyes are scanning everyone out here. Everyone gets a quick look. Everyone gets an eye scan. Like a wolf hunting a sheep right now. He's just... See. Okay.
You see Martin right now?
See, what is he doing?
He's looking who is getting in right now in the metro, right? So he will know if someone weird is getting in.
How many faces do you have memorized?
It's because I memorize them because they are always here. They are like, I don't know, I can't remember, 30, maybe?
30.
And then, out of nowhere, our pickpocket hunters spotted some faces they recognized.
We're on the run right now. There is a pickpocket back there. He said hi to us while we were readjusting the cameras. Ayyy. Gracias. Vamos. Go. Run. All right, we see something. We got something. Garitarista! Garitarista, ¿qué es tu problema? Garitarista. Garitarista, pickpocket. ¿Qué es tu problema?
¿Qué es tu problema? Why do you do this? Why? Why must you rob the people? Caritarista.
Son carteristas, pickpockets.
¿Qué es tu problema? We must publicly shame them.
Son carteristas, pickpockets.
¡Caritarista! Okay, these are crazy squeals.
Son carteristas, pickpockets.
Caritarista.
Fuera, fuera.
Caritarista. The
Fuera.
public. Policia, ven aquí, ven aquí. Muy bien, muy bien. The people are...
Fuera.
Caritarista.
What a fucking great
So
video.
when they pickpocket that... Oh, he threw the...
Son carteristas,
Someone threw some shit.
Son carteristas, pickpockets.
Pickpocket! Pickpocket!
Be careful, she's pregnant, so
I'm not touching anyone.
Yeah.
So, does Eliana know them?
Pickpocket. Yeah, we all know them. Pickpocket.
You've seen them in the act?
Yeah.
Multiple times. Caritarista! Shame! 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 Esperamos por la policía! Caritarista! ¿Qué es tu problema? Maneja! Maneja! ¿Qué es tu problema? ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué es tu trabajo? ¿Por qué caracterista? Yo quiero conversación contigo, no tomarte.
Carterista, ¿no?
Carterista, sí. Sí, sí.
Se está quejando porque le han tirado la chaqueta. Ella hace mucho daño cada día, mucha gente no tiene por qué quejarse. Entonces...
Y perras de mierda. Fuera, fuera, venga, fuera.
Okay, he's mad. He's saying get out of here. Okay, he's pissed. He's pissed.
Camina.
Oh,
Fucking hell, shut up.
Caritarista. See? Oh, carterista. I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
And you never know if a pickpocket's boyfriend is watching from a distance, as his women do the dirty work on the streets.
Come over here, boy. Come over here, boy. Get off your bike and talk to me. ¿Qué es tu problema, puta? ¡Te chingo tu madre! ¡Te chingo tu madre! Fuck you! I'll end you!
With Fire TV, there's no more searching. More time for you time.
Let's talk employee benefits. Should we go with the HMO, PPO, or POS?
Let's compare the SBCs and SOBs.
We should look into PHP.
Have we thought about CDPs? We'll have to keep the HDHP if we want an HSA.
Like I said, PHP has some great
We
plans.
could offer an FSA or HRA or even a decal.
What about
You know who could help us? PHP.
That's a great idea.
That's what I'm in trouble.
When it's time to choose your company's health coverage, there's only 3 letters you need to know. PHP.
Stan, you're on mute. Again.
I'm gonna find you, boy! I'm just talking shit now. Pickpockets. They didn't like the public shaming. I think that's their job for today. They're gonna go home and cry. We saw in Rome, they often get pregnant. I'm not sure if it's for love of the game or to prevent themselves from getting beaten by vigilante warriors. Are they pregnant?
Yeah, the one is. The one in black.
Oh, God. Do they get pregnant to avoid criticism and being like shamed and like, I'm just a...
And it seems that way. It seems, especially in Rome, you know, like it seems that they're always pregnant. And it seems like it's by design. So, you know, people aren't going to hit a pregnant woman most of the time.
So a lot of viewers might be thinking, wow, I kind of feel bad for these women. Should they?
No, I don't think so at all. I mean, that's
why I'm just
they go to pickpocket schools. They're trained.
Ah, I see.
There was an average of 350 pickpockets in the metro of Barcelona every day.
Okay, that's a lot.
By the end of 2019, with the police and with our pressure, we had gotten rid of like 85% of them.
So you guys have single-handedly wiped out a lot of this pickpocket economy underground.
Absolutely.
And where are they going as an alternative to Barcelona?
The main cities are Paris and Rome.
Beautiful.
That's the majority, I mean, like...
So it's just a constant game of musical chairs with these pickpockets.
Absolutely. They'll pick up a lot of cases, and then they go to another city before they can get prosecuted.
Okay, so if things get hot over here, they're going to Paris. Things get hot in Paris, they're headed to Rome. Things get hot in Rome, they're headed to London.
Yeah, and they know the system. They know how to work the system. You have the Romanians and Bosnians, which are usually the gypsies.
Yeah.
You have the Latinos. The main ones are Chile and Peru. You'll have an occasional Colombian, Argentina. There's a group of Argentinians here.
But yeah, that's.
How do they catch wind that this is a good market to come down and steal some shit?
I mean, everybody knows how many tourists are. I mean, if there weren't any tourists here, they wouldn't be here.
So this is a gold mine for them. They see money.
Yeah.
What percentage of the city supports the work?
A lot more than when we started.
Because they're fed up too.
Yeah, they're fed up.
Now the people change their mindset, you know? At the beginning when they were doing it, it was fucked up, you know? People were thinking they were fascist or they were...
Racist. They call me racist. I'm like, how? It's a Latino, I'm Latino, how am I being racist? It's not about what country you're from, it's about...
Law and order.
Yeah, yeah.
We're gonna increase our pace, see what we find. Oh, you're a good man. Eliana, ¿de dónde están las caracteristas? Sí.
En la zona de playas también.
The beach.
Sí. Los sacamos de ahí, los traemos.
So, station and then police station.
Yeah, and they rob right there in front of the door.
They'll rob right here in front of the Arc de Triomphe.
Because they're not, they know nothing's
And the
gonna
police
happen to them.
don't do anything.
Well, it's not that they don't do anything. The laws are
They
weak.
can't do certain things.
They do all they can, and they can't do, you know.
Vino un hombre de Alemania que hace un show y roba a los ladrones y es un mago. Intentó quitarme el móvil y no me lo pudo sacar porque yo he puesto esto aquí, cinta, y el móvil no sale, ¿sí ves?
Ah, okay.
Es un truco para los turistas.
And for the suicidal empaths watching, you might be thinking, oh, leave the poor girls alone, until your loved one gets pickpocketed themselves.
We're just about to eat Five Guys and we met my friend Bartek from Poland. What happened to you?
I was walking the streets and some black men come to me and they said he wants to sell something.
Okay.
And when he was selling, there was some guys and there was, you know.
Show me. Ah, they opened your bag.
And they stole my wallet.
So one guy approached you and the other guy was unzipping your bag?
I have no wallet.
How did you pay for your food?
I don't.
Let me buy you a burger.
Seriously?
Let's go.
Thank you.
This man lost his wallet out here, but luckily you ran into me and you watched the channel.
Hi man, are you the man?
How are you, man?
Searching for the scammers?
Yes, maybe.
Call the police this day
Really?
around the Camp Nou because someone on a scooter tried to grab someone's necklace.
And you called the cops and they show up?
Yeah.
Rest assured, these philosophers can be found scamming the public day or night. But real quick,
I'm speechless right now. Is this legal? I'd be like, going down the road, you fuck.
if you want to support our boots on the ground, independent journalism that is not bought and paid for by corporate interests, and help me hire bodyguards like these to go humble thugs all over the world, subscribe on patreon.com/Tyler Oliveira for $5 a month and watch exclusive videos we can't upload on YouTube.
We're in Las Ramblas again at night. Let's see how this place is. Looking good. We might have cleaned it up for the day. Where are my amigos? Why don't you let them enjoy their meal?
I don't understand what you say.
Why don't you let them enjoy their meal and walk away?
What do you want?
I want you to walk away.
I'll let you walk away.
I'll let you walk away. I want you to let them enjoy their drink with her son. Leave them alone.
Your son?
No. I want them to enjoy their night.
Well, man, what's your problem?
You're my problem. I want you to let people eat their fucking food. That's my only problem.
Man, you need a problem, man?
No, I don't want one. I just want you to let them relax.
Okay, I'll let you go your way.
I want you to walk. Come on. Come on. Thank you. Let's go. Am I wrong? Just being honest.
Nothing. Just show your door.
You can't enjoy your meal, apparently, without being harassed. Straight back to it. All right, we're going to keep going. If it happens again, it happens again.
You don't have to go too far to meet hopeful migrants who have come to Spain on a crack dealer visa.
Where are you from? High five. I met many Pakistanis today. Let me understand this, though.
Okay, you 2 grams.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
You come from Pakistan to Barcelona to sell crack.
Yes. I am here work.
That is beautiful.
Okay, no problem. No, listen me. You cocaine like?
Yeah.
Okay, 2 gram one.
Just to reiterate, you're telling me you came from Pakistan to Barcelona to sell cocaine.
Brother, I am here work.
Are you Muslim?
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
That's haram.
Haram, no, halal.
Cocaine is haram. You know this.
Total people here like.
Did you get the crack seller visa to come here or what?
Yes, here.
You get the coke seller visa?
Yes.
The coke merchant visa?
Visa no. Yes.
Listen, we're getting surrounded, man.
All right, we gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta go pee. Hola. ¿Tú tienes cocaína?
Oh, ¿cuánto quieres?
10 gramos.
80.
Más expresivo.
¿Dónde eres?
USA.
Una gramo esto bueno.
Yo no tengo 80 euros.
¿Cuánto tienes? 60.
30 euros.
No puedo. What is that, hermano?
Cámara.
Cámara for me?
Sí, sí, sí.
¿Por qué?
Don't touch my pee-pee. Don't touch my pee-pee. But yes, sí, sí. Okay, no problema, no problema.
Yeah. No cámara for me.
Yo, mi amigo, es tranquilo. No problema, no problema. ¿De dónde eres?
¿Por qué?
Porque tú eres un droga dealer de drogas. Drogas, cocaína, marihuana. ¿Qué es tu problema?
And while crack merchants were running loose, our bracelet scammers were working the night shift.
Oh, he's back. Just let them enjoy their food. Just let them eat. There's no peace. There's no peace. I didn't touch a soul. Everything's about race. Black, white, orange, or yellow. We're coming for you. There's our friend up there. All the same guys. All the same guys.
Feeling haunted by a high price tag? Don't be a scaredy cat, Rob. This October, we have deals that are absolutely mind-boggling. They're so good, they're unbelievable.
Drive a brand new 2025 Kia today. Sorrento with 0% APR with 0 down and $500 APR bonus cash. Telluride 1.9% APR or a Sportage 1.49% APR. These deals won't last.
Visit us at Fort Wayne Kia or always online at fortwaynekia.com.
Some home projects are really hard. Installing windows is easy when you choose Andersen 400 series windows. Choose the go-to cladwood windows contractors trust the most. The choice is simple. It's Andersen 400 series, the windows contractors trust the most.
How are you guys? Hello. How are you? I'm dancing, bailando. Mi amigos. We choose peace.
No problem.
We know one problem either.
Okay.
Call police for what? Walking? I think you should call the police.
No problem.
We're good. It's peaceful.
Man, we should problem. What you want?
We're good. I just don't like you telling us to do what you want us to do. The thing is, you're not gonna let a foreigner come in your country and tell you what to do. Fuck that. And I'm a foreigner, and I'm just visiting.
And if these engineers feel confident enough to throw their bag off and charge me in broad daylight, imagine how bold they feel with women at night.
Those black people, they tried to talk to me. Do you like black people? I said, why not?
Sure.
Where are you from? I said, from Ukraine. And then he said, one bracelet. So it's a gift, it's a gift.
Sure.
And then help my children, help me. I told him, I don't know that. And now they came to me and told me, if you don't give me money, do you want box? Do you want to fight? He was threatening me.
I believe you though, because they're crazy.
And then two old ladies were coming from Canada and they told me, are you okay? I said, no, I'm not okay.
Yeah.
I said, they're trying to fight me. I'm really not happy to come now this street. Why you got to be frightened here?
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you. You're not the first. You won't be the last.
I don't think they should be here in Barcelona. There is a proverb that evil, which is not punished, it's going to be bigger and it grows. It's
Relentless determination. Why not just apply that to a business? Something productive besides just finessing. Evening shift, all day long. When you watch them, they behave differently. Estafadores? ¿Tú eres una estafadora? Estafador. The crew is getting a little bit pissed off. I think it's time to pack up tonight. He's packing up. That's not an admission of guilt, is it? If you put a camera in their face, their behavior dramatically changes. They stop. Eventually, they just give up. They quit. Our amigo from earlier, mi amigo.
What's your problem, man?
I want to talk with you like adults.
Okay, come.
I respect your guys' work ethic. What I don't understand is when you come up to like a woman or me, you put the bracelet on, and I say I don't want the bracelet, and you say you have to give me money, and then things get hostile. Why did they do that?
Okay, everybody's not the same. We have all the different mentalities.
100%.
Not the same.
The same thing you have though is
No, I don't do. Everyone in your business, you and your business. I know you're gonna put this for the internet. It's not my
100%.
fucking problem. You see someone, they do the work, you keep yourself, you go do your work. Me, if you do something like this, I respect what you do. It's not my problem. I can do with the video and you. It's not a problem.
Sure. Earlier, you said I attacked black people. A black man attacked me first before I did anything. So I want to let you know what happened.
No, I know.
He ran at me.
When you come to do video, you say, oh, I don't want a video. Okay, don't take the video. Let me go.
Who are you to tell me what to do? Not you, but your crew.
I don't pushing nobody. You're gonna take it my business.
Sure.
If I come to selling my thing, I'm joking, I'm smart. So people, they say, oh, he's the good guy. We're gonna buy something for him. Someone we come to say, okay, you're gonna take it my business. After you take it, you tell him money, he don't give you nothing, you take it back. Me, I don't do this or something like this. Man, it's not good what you do.
Sure.
It's not good to fight.
I agree with you. So why don't you tell them to stop fighting people?
Somebody that don't want to do it, you do a video, don't do it. Don't do it in him.
But he can walk away. You don't set the rules for me how to live. You know what I mean?
Someone, they do the camera, he's going. Don't follow him.
In that case, I did not, though.
I see he followed you.
He followed me. He set the tone for our relationship. Does that make sense? Where are you from?
I'm from Senegal. We from all the same
Okay,
country.
you guys are very hardworking. You guys are funny people. Why do we do this for a living? I'm just confused. Just sell something. Just tell them the price.
You don't understand. You gotta pay me. You get a lot of time for me.
Why does it gotta be this field of work?
All the black people you see in the street, they do the hustle because he don't have a paper. You want to buy food. You want to help your family. You want to buy the clothes. You want to buy the shoes. What you gonna do? You're gonna do something. It's better to hurt someone.
Do you come here illegally?
No.
So I'm trying to understand why you don't have the paperwork if you're here legally. Does that make sense?
You don't understand. You don't understand.
Tourists should be able to come here and enjoy their time. Spain should be able to reap the financial benefits of the tourists coming here. You know who's messing with that? The scammers coming from different countries here. But you know what? When you don't extend that $10 euro straight into their palms, you know what happens? They aggress and they make things unpleasant. Things don't have to be this way. While the local restaurant owners appreciated us keeping the scammers at bay, I can't be in every city at once. Well, it's up to you to take a stand and make a difference in your city next. Cheers to knocking out scammers. If this video gets 500,000 likes, I'll release the Battle of the Eiffel Tower Paris 2.0 Scammer War movie.
Frontier Fiber is here. Get our best deal before it's gone for just $29.99 per month. Get free premium Wi-Fi and free expert installation. Frontier Fiber, good to go.
Webster Store.
30 chairs, non-squeak.
Webster
15 non-wobble.
Webster
Store. Lights. Webster Store. Where are we gonna find all this stuff?
I already ordered it.
Huh? All of it?
Webster Store for whatever your restaurant needs.
Sup, you beautiful bastards. Welcome back to the Philip DeFranco Show. You daily dive into the news. It is Wednesday, and in fact, there is so much to talk about today, you're getting a double dose. So after this one, if you want to watch me crash out a bit, links to that in the description. But again, there is so much to talk about, starting with this. Top young Republicans were just exposed in 2,900 pages of slurs, Hitler praise, and rape jokes. In a chat they very much would not want you to see. And this, coming from Politico, who just released a massive report detailing the contents of a leaked Telegram chat that included leaders of young Republican groups across the country. And over the course of 7 months, these leaders, they exchanged some crazy texts. And the chat in question is called Restore YR War Room, and it was created by this guy, Peter Junta, during his campaign to become chair of the Young Republican National Federation. Also, just something to mention here, because I've seen certain people characterizing the situation in a certain way that it is just not. The Young Republican National Federation is not like a group just for high school kids. This is the GOP's 15,000 member political organization for Republicans between 18 and 40 years old. And in fact, many of the people included in the chat already held positions within the government or party politics. And that includes one who's actually a state senator. Now, as far as the chat mixed in with formal conversations about social media strategy, logistics, and earning votes, were comments from Giunta like, if your pilot is a she and she looks 10 shades darker than someone from Sicily, just end it there. Scream the no-no word. With him also appearing to respond to a question about watching an NBA playoff game with, I'd go to the zoo if I wanted to watch monkey play ball. And at one point it appeared that he made a comment about loving Hitler and saying that anyone voting against his bid for leadership of the Young Republican National Federation, quote, is going to the gas chamber. And adding, I'm going to create some of the greatest physiological torture methods known to man. We only want true believers. But it also wasn't just Giunta saying off-the-wall shit. And so you had people like Joe Maligno, who previously identified himself as the general counsel for the New York State Young Republicans, responding to that last comment from Giunta by saying, can we fix the showers? Gas chambers don't fit the Hitler aesthetic. Also, at one point, the chair of the Arizona Young Republicans, Luke Mosselman, told the chat, quote, the Spanish came to America and had sex with every single woman, with him then responding to someone else's comment that sex is is gay with, quote, sex, it was rape. And to that, you had Bobby Walker, the vice chair of the New York State Young Republicans at the time, responding by saying epic. Right, and all of this, it's in the midst of a lot of slurs, right, including slurs about Black and Hispanic people, as well as the LGBTQ plus community. For example, William Hendricks, the Kansas Young Republicans vice chair, being specifically called out for using variations of the N-word more than a dozen times. And again, like, this is just a bit. Politico reports that this goes on for roughly 2,900 pages. Right, and all of this is, it seems like the people involved were aware that what they were saying was deeply, deeply controversial. Right, according to Politico, there were occasionally messages about how toxic the chat was and what the fallout would be if anyone outside of their group were to read it. Or with Walker at point explicitly saying, if we ever had a leak of this chat, we would be cooked.
Should we use an HMO or a POS
Or
or
PPO?
maybe add an FS?
Or HRO.
We can add an HSA.
Go ahead.
I think we should try PHP.
When it comes to health coverage, there's only 3 letters you need to know.
And it appears he may be right, though. To what degree, we'll see. Because the fallout from this chat, even just a day after Politico's article went up, it's been substantial. Hell, at one point, Politico noted in the article that since they began making inquiries into this story, one member of the group already lost their job and another had a job offer rescinded. But also, since its publication, both Joe Maligno and Peter Giunta, they've been removed from their positions. There have also been calls for the state senator in the chat to resign, and the Kansas Young Republicans was
It's so
disbanded by the
insane
state
if any of them
And we've also seen
maintain
demands
any of
for
their
all the people
positions,
involved
honestly.
to resign from Young Republicans, and that includes from the
Unless they're
organization
really
itself.
on the
You had the Young
fringes
Republicans
of
National
that group
Federation putting
chat.
out a statement on X saying, such behavior is disgraceful, unbecoming of any Republican, and
Uninvolved.
stands in direct opposition to the values our movement represents. Those involved must resign immediately from all positions within their state and local Young Republican organizations. We must hold ourselves to the highest standards of integrity, respect, and professionalism. We then also saw Republican leaders on the national level chiming in, quickly condemning the chat and the people in it. Or you had a senior advisor for Representative Elise Stefanik, who had previously applauded Giunta's leadership, saying that she was, quote, absolutely appalled to learn about the alleged comments made, and adding, according to the description provided by Politico, the comments were heinous, anti-Semitic, racist, and unacceptable. If the description by Politico is accurate, Congresswoman Stefanik calls for any New York Young Republicans responsible for these horrific comments in this chat to step down immediately. You also had Representative Mike Lawler saying something similar in his own statement, saying the deeply offensive and hateful comments reportedly made in a private chat among members of the New York State Young Republicans are disgusting, saying they should resign from any leadership position immediately and reflect on how far they have strayed from basic human respect and decency. And that sentiment was also echoed by others, including New York Governor Kathy Hochul and Vermont Governor Phil Scott. But that is not to say that everyone's on the same page here. Or you had Vice President J.D. Vance, for example, notably not condemning the chat and its participants, and instead drawing a comparison to Jay Jones, who's a candidate for Attorney General in Virginia, or with him sharing a screenshot of Jones acknowledging he'd previously said he hoped the children of the former Republican Virginia House Speaker would die, with Vance saying this is far worse than anything said in a college group chat, and the guy who said it could become the AG of Virginia. I refuse to join the pearl clutching when powerful people call for political violence. Right, you also had some coming to the defense of Giunta and friends here, saying that this is all clearly sarcasm, or at least a lot is. Or with many specifically pointing to Giunta's Hitler comment, saying that it's a clear response to Democrats calling those on the right Nazis and referring to Trump as the new Hitler. So you had super conservative commentators like Matt Walsh saying, if you actually read the Politico hit piece, you'll see that many of the messages are being taken wildly out of context. For example, the guy who said I love Hitler was clearly being sarcastic. It's explicitly meant to be a sarcastic joke. He was saying, yeah, I'm so right-wing, I guess I love Hitler. Basic sarcasm of the kind deployed by right-wingers all the time. I have theocratic fascist in my bio. Again, Politico made this the headline of the piece. Fundamentally dishonest, nobody on the right should be giving it any credibility. But then you had no shortage of people pushing back against this idea that many or any of those comments were meant as jokes. And that includes big creators in the space who you might have thought would land somewhere else, or you were unsure where they'd land on this topic, like Asmund Gold saying on X. If you think all of these are jokes, you're in for a very bad time over the next 10 to 15 years. Right? And it was sarcastic, doesn't appear to be the route that Giunta is taking right now. Instead, his response to the situation has been an apology for the, quote, insensitive and inexcusable language in the messages. Though he then appeared to undercut that apology by seeming to imply that the messages may be fake, saying, while I take complete responsibility, I have had no way of verifying their accuracy and am deeply concerned that the message logs in question may have been deceptively doctored, which definitely is a take, and one I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions, and reactions on, along with the rest of this story. But then next up today, we need to talk about the US announcing that it's revoked visas for at least 6 people accused of celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, with the State Department saying in a post, the United States has no obligation to host foreigners who wish death on Americans. And while they didn't disclose the names or identities of those who lost their visas, they did post a thread of comments, reporting to a Mexican national who allegedly said that Kirk died being a racist, he died being a misogynist, there are people who deserve to die, and saying saying there are people who would make the world better off dead. As well as a German national who's accused of justifying Kirk's murder by writing, "When fascists die, Democrats don't complain." Right, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, he previously said that he planned on doing this, and you had tons on the right very supportive of measures punishing those perceived to have mocked or celebrated Kirk's death. But there's also been a ton of backlash and tons of people slamming the Trump administration for officially revoking visas over this. Or with free speech organizations like FIRE writing that you can't defend, quote, "our culture" by eroding the very cornerstone of what America stands for, freedom of speech and thought, and saying the Trump administration must stop punishing people for their opinions alone. The Supreme Court has been clear that non-citizens have a right to freedom of speech. In America, no one should fear a midnight knock at the door because of their political views. Right, in this news about the visas, they actually came as Charlie was getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom yesterday, where we talked about how it was going to happen on the show, and then once the ceremony actually happened, there were a few standout moments that went viral. Great moments like this one where Trump brought up the assassination attempt that he survived.
They've rammed vehicles into federal law enforcement, fired sniper rifles at ICE agents, and me, you know. But I made a turn at a good time. I turned to the right. Charlie couldn't believe it, actually. He said, "How the hell did you make that turn?" I said, "I don't know."
Right, and then this pair of clips where both Trump and Erica Kirk discussed Charlie's feelings about his enemies, those got attention as well.
He didn't like losing. And he was able to fight people that were enemies, and he didn't necessarily love those enemies so much. You know, I heard he loved his enemies, and I said, wait a minute, is that the same Charlie that I know? I'm not sure.
He stood for God when it was costly, but that's what we're called to do. Surprisingly enough, he did pray for his enemies, which is very hard, but he did. He did. No one else, I mean, I saw him do it. No, he never did it in front of anyone else, but I can attest to that.
Right, and so you had people comparing and contrasting those clips and takes. Some saying it came off like Donald Trump was kind of calling BS on Charlie Kirk actually praying for his enemies. But of course, most of that, it's connected to the arguments and debates being made around Charlie Kirk's legacy, or which is a conversation being had in addition to the one being had around, you know, the government cracking down on people saying things. But yeah, with all of this, like with anything that stands out in today's show, I'd really love to know your thoughts, opinions, and reactions. And then we've got more news to talk about in just a minute, but first let me say, you know, I've been working with Trainwell for years. And here's the truth. The hardest part of fitness isn't the workout, it's sticking with it. Right, and Trainwell, today's sponsor, is what helped me. Right, they're the ultimate one-on-one remote personal training service that actually keeps you accountable. Forget cookie cutter workout apps. Trainwell, it pairs you with a real human trainer who builds a plan just for you. You start with a quick quiz, you get matched with the perfect trainer, and boom, you've got someone who actually cares if you ghost leg day. Right, and the app's super easy. You can message your trainer anytime or switch trainers if you're not vibing. And the motion tracking tech that works with your Apple or Android watch, it checks your form and keeps you from looking like you're inventing a new yoga pose. So if you've ever struggled with time, motivation, or just not knowing, you know, what to do at the gym, Trainwell's your move. Because again, it's about long-term fitness, not quick fads. Think healthy habits that actually stick. Right, and your trainer helps with workouts and healthier eating habits. So you're not crushing push-ups just to cancel them out with nachos. So, you know, get with your trainer, do your workouts, and feel better. It worked for me. Right, and to get started, it's as easy as scanning the QR code or go to go.trainwell.net/PDS. Right, and then take that quiz to find your perfect trainer and get 14 days of free training. Then next up in the news, let's talk about this Candace Owens drama, because Australia is now refusing to let Candace Owens step foot on its land, or with the highest court in their country rejecting a visa challenge that she filed after the country blocked her from entering last year. And for some important context here, Candace was set to do a speaking tour in both Australia and New Zealand in November of 2024. But then Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke refused her visa on character grounds, citing the Migration Act, with that filing claiming were she to be allowed to enter Australia, there was a risk she would incite discord in the Australian community or a segment of the Australian community. And you had Minister Burke saying that because she is a political commentator, he examined her views and found they, quote, amounted to extremist and inflammatory comments towards Muslim, Black, Jewish, and LGBTQIA+ communities. With Burke adding that Australia was already experiencing heightened community tensions, and he believed that Candace's presence would amplify grievances and lead to hostility and violent or radical action. And then actually after Australia made their call, New Zealand followed suit and blocked her visa over there as well. But a judge later overturned that one and said that she would be allowed, citing free speech. But then, back in Australia, Candace unsurprisingly did not agree with the decision, and she appealed it to the High Court. And she argued that it violated the implied right of freedom of political communication. communication. So sort of a free speech claim, but also Australia doesn't have a First Amendment free speech right the same way the US does. But again, now what we're seeing is the court rejected her, ruling that the implied freedom of political communication is not a personal right, and it is also not unlimited or absolute. And then actually on top of having her visa denied, the court ordered Candace to pay the Australian government's costs related to this case. And to Administrator Burr calling the court's decision a win for social cohesion, and adding, inciting discord might be the way some people make money, but it's not welcome in Australia. Australia's national interest is best served when Candace Owens is somewhere else. But also a big thing is that this is actually not the first high-profile visa denial that Australia has issued on character grounds lately. Right back in July, they canceled Kanye's visa over his song Hail Hitler and promotion of other Nazi ideology. That, it's ultimately where we are with the situation with Candace for now, and we'll have to wait to see if she responds. I imagine she will very soon. But then next up today, we should talk about how today could be the day that the Supreme Court is convinced to gut the Voting Rights Act and, among other things, hand the Republicans up to 19 more House seats. Right, and at the center of this case is Louisiana's 6th district. Because after the 2020 census, Louisiana made a new congressional map that was quickly taken to court. And that because it had one district out of 6 where black voters had a chance to elect a candidate despite making up 33% of the state's population. So a lower court said that this violated Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which led the state to add a second black represented district. And as far as, what is Section 2, to keep it simple, Section 2 bans racial discrimination in voting. And in the case of congressional districts, this means giving minority voters a meaningful chance to elect their preferred candidates. So it's meant to effectively ban packing and cracking communities to either concentrate their voting power into just a single district rather than multiple, or diluting them across multiple districts. But then you had a group of non-African American voters flipping this argument on its head and suing over Louisiana's redrawn map. And they argued that it dilutes their voting power and that Section 2 violates the 14th and 15th Amendments. And after a lot of legal back and forth, the case made its way up to the Supreme Court, which first heard arguments back in March. And at the time, what you saw was Chief Justice John Roberts not seeming to be impressed with the 6th district. Specifically, one of the things that lawmakers are supposed to do is keep districts reasonably compact. But Roberts, he didn't seem convinced of that, and he said,
if you look at how does Freshpet make healthy food for dogs? The same way you make healthy food for people. Start here.
On farms like mine.
Plant the seeds, tend to the soil, feed the animals. Harvest fresh.
Ship it fresh.
And craft it into recipes that are vet developed and protein packed. Then when people tell you,
we can't put dog food in our fridges,
you build your own. Because your dog deserves fresh, healthy food just like you. Freshpet. Healthy food fresh from the fridge.
QuickMD connects patients with a doctor online for opioid use disorder. Start medication-assisted treatment backed by science. No judgment, no stigma, and no insurance is required. Take control and talk.
CD6, what does reasonably compact mean? It's a snake that runs from one end of the state to the other. How is that compact?
But despite initial skepticism, the court did take the rare move of rehearing the case again today, which is something that's usually only done in major cases like Roe v. Wade and Brown v. Board of Education. And this time, conservative justices like Brett Kavanaugh, they signaled that they were interested in hearing more about the argument that Section 2 violates the 14th Amendment. Now, very notably here, there is past Supreme Court precedent that has been in place for nearly 4 decades, and it states that representation should be proportional to racial groups. But as we've seen, precedent really doesn't matter these days, and despite that, Kavanaugh hinted that he wasn't happy with Louisiana's map, or with Kavanaugh saying that race-based districting puts the U.S. on a most dangerous course. And that is, he was also concerned about whether states could use race-based maps indefinitely, or with him saying and asking today, this court's cases in a variety of contexts have said that race-based remedies are permissible for a period of time, but they should not be indefinite and should have an endpoint. What exactly do you think the endpoint should be? With then lawyers representing black voters in the state saying that the Voting Rights Act addresses this already, since state maps have to redraw their maps every 10 years after a census. And then you had Justice Sonia Sotomayor arguing that race-based maps are always a thing and said, race is a part of redistricting always. Race is always a part of these decisions, and my colleagues are trying to tease it out in this intellectual way that doesn't deal with the fact that race is used to help people. Well, right now, we don't know which way the Supreme Court's gonna go. I mean, the impacts here, they could be massive, and that's putting it lightly, really. Removing Section 2, it would heavily limit how powerful the Voting Rights Act is, especially since about 10 years ago, conservative justices struck down another provision of the law. In the long run, I mean, killing Section 2, it could mean that as much as 30% of the Congressional Black Caucus and 11% of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus could lose their districts. And so that, along with what we've been seeing in the news, it doesn't seem like that could be far off. I mean, we've talked about Trump's demands that states redraw their districts to get more votes in the upcoming midterm, which then, of course, sparks some blue states to do the same in response. Right now, depending on which way this case goes, this could be the push that some states want to make it happen. And actually, with that, North Carolina is now the latest pushing to redraw their map. Though also, all these efforts are facing their own lawsuits, so even after this Louisiana case is finished, we might be seeing another fight about congressional congressional districts playing out in the court just before the midterms. You know, while I am personally of the mindset of gerrymandering sucks, I wish no one would do it. It is feeling like more and more we're headed towards this place of gerrymandering is gonna need to happen to try to combat gerrymandering happening. Like, it feels like it's all just playing towards an end game. Like Trump and Abbott, they're doing what they're doing in Texas, and then that kicked off Newsom in California, and of course there's that vote coming up. And personally, I'll say this part's my opinion. I think in regards to that, in California, I think you have to vote yes on Prop 50. It genuinely sucks that we're in this place, but it feels like the only way to not be fighting with your hands tied behind your back. Really, all the high road arguments I've heard against it, they just fall short. There's no honor in letting a bully take your power and try to take away your rights. Extraordinary circumstances require extraordinary actions. And it's a move I hope is temporary towards a path back to something remotely normal. And then there's more we've got to dive into in just a minute, but first let me say, you know, most protein bars, they taste like someone compressed sadness into a rectangle. The Prime bars from Equip Foods, right, today's sponsor, those actually taste like food. The kind you want to eat, not just tolerate because you're hungry and desperate. These bars, they've sold out twice, but Equip restocked them in full force. Each bar packs 20 grams of pasture-raised protein from grass-fed beef and collagen. There's no whey, no soy, and definitely none of those sketchy fillers that, you know, they sound like failed science experiments. So gut health, handled thanks to colostrum, nature's complete food for recovery and immunity. Fats from grass-fed tallow and cocoa butter. The sweetness, dates and honey, which means fuel for your body without the sugar crash. And Equip tests every ingredient for pesticides, heavy metals, and microplastics. What you see, it's what you get. You know, I use Prime bars post-workout, on road trips, and just when I want a snack that doesn't feel like self-sabotage. And I'll also add, Equip just launched a fresh new look today. New branding and packaging that finally matches how good these bars actually taste. Also, just gotta say, if you're a peanut butter lover, they got you covered with the peanut butter Prime bar. So hey, what are you waiting for? Get in on this and grab yours by scanning the QR code or heading to equipfoods.com/Phil. Right, and use code Phil for 20% off your first order or 35% off a subscription. But then next up in the news, we've got to talk about Donald Trump and Argentina. Because Trump has admitted that Americans will not benefit from his administration's $20 billion bailout for Argentina, aka your tax dollars. But also he said that the country won't get that money unless his far-right ally, his buddy, current President Javier Milei, wins the next election. Because Trump, he loves this guy. He's described the man as his favorite president, and Milei actually ended up being one of only 2 world leaders on stage at Trump's inauguration. But back in Argentina, he's not quite as popular these days, right? Because his policies, they've sparked mass protests. I mean, his administration's been racked by corruption scandals, and lawmakers have recently voted to overturn his veto. Right? And all this, it's led to his party losing a key provincial election by a landslide last month, and this, you know, it's generally being seen as kind of a bad omen ahead of the national midterm elections coming up on October 26th. Though also, I will say, because I've seen confusion on social media, Milei himself is not actually due to run again until 2027. And also, it's not exactly clear which election Trump is conditioning American assistance. Also unclear are the exact details of this $20 billion lifeline, except that it would come in the form of a currency swap with Argentina's central bank. But what's really important to note is that this was seen as something that might provide a political boost for Milei. And the Trump administration has made it very clear, like, that was one of the aims here. You had Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent describing the deal as a bridge to the election. We also had him saying that he had been in touch with numerous U.S. companies who intend to make substantial foreign direct investments in Argentina's multiple sectors in the event of a positive election outcome. And that, it's notable because it's expected that major hedge funds might benefit financially from this bailout. And those, wouldn't you know, this is crazy, what a small world we live in, they just so happen to include several that are led by friends of Bessent. Though of course he's rejected the idea that enriching his buddies has anything to do with this, right? He earlier said this month,
this trope that we're helping out wealthy Americans with interest down there, couldn't be more false. What we're doing is maintaining a U.S. strategic interest in the Western Hemisphere.
And with that, he also argued that the currency swap that the government plans to offer Argentina does not amount to a bailout, claiming we are not putting money into Argentina. But experts, they pushed back on that with, for example, a senior fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics saying, they can call it what they want, but it's a bailout. It's a country in crisis. It's running out of dollars, and the U.S. is giving the country dollars. That's a bailout by definition. But then also, you've had experts pushing back on the idea that this makes any economic sense at all. For example, one economist at the University of California comparing it to actions taken by the Clinton administration to help out Mexico and South Korea, saying, in both cases, there was a significant risk of financial contagion to other countries, which is not the case of Argentina today. And adding, in both cases, the U.S. was significantly exposed to instability in the subject country, either economically or financially. Neither condition applies today in Argentina. Right? And then, of course, on top of all that, right, this is happening as the government is shut down and you have many Americans struggling. So one, I mean, that's just an issue in general if we care about Americans. Americans, and 2, it's become an easy target for Democrats. So with that, you actually had 8 Democratic senators last week introducing legislation to block the bailout. Or with Elizabeth Warren, the top Democrat on the banking committee and one who helped draft the legislation, saying in a statement, "It is inexplicable that President Trump is propping up a foreign government while he shuts down our own. Trump promised America first, but he's putting himself and his billionaire buddies first and sticking Americans with the bill." But then also, while none of this has seemingly changed Trump's mind, what he may have noticed is that this bailout has seemingly failed to calm the markets or improve Milei's party's polling numbers. So when you had Milei visiting the White House yesterday, you actually had Trump seemingly acknowledging that the U.S. really wasn't getting anything out of this deal.
Very simple. I mean, we don't have to do it. It's not going to make a big difference for our country.
Trump then trying to draw a parallel between bailing out a foreign country and providing federal funding to American cities. Or with him basically saying that just like a New York City run by Zohran Mamdani wouldn't get his help, neither would an Argentina run by anyone but Milei.
It's a great question. It's a little like New York. We are reading in Argentina about New York. We have a problem. We have a communist who's 33 years old, doesn't know a damn thing. Practically, he's never worked a day in his life. And he sort of caught on, right? And I'm not going to send a lot of money to New York. I don't have to. And I'm very generous, and I was always very generous with New York, even when you had opposition there, but I was always very generous. But I wouldn't be generous to a communist, a guy that's going to take the money and throw it out the window, because you're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars. And we're not going to let somebody get into office and squander the taxpayer money from this country. I'm not going to let it happen. So it's a little bit like that with, if you take a look at Argentina, if the president doesn't win, if he loses, we are not going to be generous with Argentina.
Which one, I'll just say, it feels crazy to me that Donald Trump says that he's anti-socialist when he's seemingly letting Zohran Mamdani live rent-free in his head. And 2, when he was talking here, I couldn't feel like it's both, but I couldn't figure out if it was more a quid pro quo bribe or political threat. But hey, that is where we are right now. And so really, as far as what comes next, we'll have to see what happens with Argentina's election in a couple of weeks. And then, depending on the result, we'll see what happens from there. But then finally, today, I want to end on a different note, and that is a congratulations and one last thing. Starting with congratulations to Michael P., SeatGeek's latest weekly winner, who just snagged $500 in tickets and is planning to see Adam Ray. And also for everyone else out there, that's right, SeatGeek is still giving away $500 a week in tickets, and you should definitely enter today if you haven't already. I mean, you could be the next winner and snag $500 towards seeing your favorite artist, sporting event, or play. I mean, there's like over 70,000 events to choose from. And all you gotta do is just add code DeFranco to your SeatGeek app profile for a chance at the weekly $500 prize, no purchase necessary. But then for our one final thing, I just wanted to share this piece from today's episode of Crashing Out.
I'm in this weird space now where over the last...
Visprint prints everything to get your brand in front of your fans, like t-shirts, water bottles, and totes, so everyone can.
I want to say, how long has it been now? 9 months? We're like almost 9 months, around 9 months into this presidency.
Is that a long time or a short time? I don't know anymore.
It feels like an eternity. It feels like a very quick eternity. But it feels like every day, I would open my phone every week and I would start compiling a list of like all the things that are horrifying. And this week, I would open my phone and be like, oh, we don't have a CDC anymore? Oh, okay, that's what they do. They just close those things. Oh, we got rid of the special education for everybody by the order of the CEO of WWE? Okay, that happens. Fat Texas National Guard has invaded Chicago? Okay, what? And but the whole time I was just like, okay. And I closed my phone and just went back to what I was doing. And I think that subliminally has been driving me more crazy. It's like a dull roar now underneath in the background. You know what I mean? Like I'm not just grabbing, bark, bark, bark at my own reflection, but I'm like, something there. I don't know. There's something. Are we getting used to it?
Oh yeah, right? I mean, it has to be. I think it's like the slow grinding down. And I don't know, maybe there'll be, I mean, when this goes up, we'll be 3 days away from the No Kings protest, so maybe there'll be kind of like that spark of like, oh yeah, that's right, this isn't normal, but it's very easy to be like, I just want to get away from the world. I mean, this weekend for me, I just threw myself into family and consumerism. We went to a theme park. Like, there's always that kind of thing of like, a lot of Americans, they live in Disneyland. I went to Universal Studios and I was like, let me just turn off my brain and let just get into a machine that's gonna shake my brain around to like maybe get the sads and the crazy out. And that, my friends, is the end of this video, but there's more to watch from here. You got my other new video today. It's episode 3 of Crashing Out of me and Alex. It's a special one. And/or there's the newest Philip DeFranco show that you might not have seen yet right here. I've even got links to the pods or the show on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts in the description. You know, no matter what you do or how you like getting filled in, let me just say thank you for watching. I love yo faces, and I'll see you right back here probably tomorrow.
Drink carefully, my friend.
The U.S. military has launched a new series of black ops across Mexico and Latin America, the scale of which hasn't been seen in decades. But thanks to recently declassified documents and open source intelligence, it reveals risky missions that range from contract mercenary coups to covert action by Delta Force. Mom, can we have war? We have war at home. Today's episode is like an iceberg format video where we're going to start with the most crazy and end with the most batshit insane stories of U.S. black ops in Latin America. Right now, the U.S. is quietly building a new kind of covert battlefield along Mexico's Pacific coast. According to preliminary reports coming from Intelligence Online news service, American operators are already on the ground working inside the state of Baja California with the quiet consent of Mexican authorities. Baja California is the area of focus for several reasons. From the cartel's perspective, it's geographically perfect for trafficking into the United States because it borders the states of California and Arizona, and it's one of the only locations that has coastal access into the US by water for the cartel.
Feeling haunted by a high price tag? Don't be a scaredy cat, Rob. This October we have deals that are absolutely mind-boggling. They're so good, they're unbelievable.
Drive a brand new 2025 Kia today. Sorrento with 0% APR with 0 down and $500 APR bonus cash. Telluride 1.9% APR.
From the US officials' perspective, it's also the perfect location to start missions, but for several very different reasons. But before we dive into that, if you're a cartel boss or a Delta Force operator, either way you share one thing in common: you don't want your personal information exposed. And this video's sponsor, Delete Me, solved a huge problem that my wife and I were having. We were getting constant scam calls. I'm talking scam robocalls 24 times in a row asking for our bank information. I'm ashamed to admit I actually almost gave one of them my credit card number. He was that convincing and I was that fully stupid. The root of the problem with these scam callers is how they get your phone number in the first place though. So Delete Me solved all of this. Their privacy experts just sent me my 3rd privacy report this year, where they continually reviewed 382 listings and removed my information from 2 websites, scrubbing 16 pieces of info on me that were up there for data brokers to grab. Now I don't get constant scam robocalls anymore. It's a little sad though because I don't get any calls anymore. It's tough to make friends in your mid-30s. But if you want to stop scam callers forever, just go to joindeleteme.com/CappyArmy and use promo code Cappy for 20% off, or click my link in the description or the pinned comment below. Back to the episode. Intelligence Online has reported that Delta Force teams have been slipping across the border for the past several months. They quietly hunt cartel financiers, lab chemists, and smugglers. It's a complex mission. They're tasked with dismantling the cartel's logistics.
The Joe Rogan experience.
Online
because
fraud
we're living
is
in
crazy.
We're living in the golden age of scams.
I get like 30
as you know.
texts a day. The dude that owned my phone number before me,
Right.
this dude Raymond, was a moron.
Right.
And Raymond, you fucking idiot. Did you sign up for everything, bitch? Because
I
this
did
guy,
too.
like every day, like, hey,
Oh,
Raymond,
it's
like,
crazy.
oh, your loan's been approved.
So really fun. I'm going to come on your podcast next year once I'm done with this project, but I'm working on a really fun project for National Geographic, which is where I say yes to every single scam that comes my way.
Oh, boy.
I've been filming it for a few months, and it's been the craziest, wildest journey of
Can
my
you
life.
tell us?
I
No? Okay.
I just can tell you that
When
I
will
have
you-
romantic relationships with people.
Hot damn.
I spend a lot of time on my burner phone with people love bombing me.
Really?
But it's not. It's a fake persona. Like
Right.
I put a wig and glasses. And
So you use your own picture. You don't even use AI?
No, I don't use AI. We actually sort of modified. We put a fake nose on me and a wig and glasses. But people say it doesn't look at all like me. I can see it's me. But I will talk. It's really fascinating. But also to talk about scams, which I can talk about a lot, is we are living in the golden age of scams. I think it was Warren Buffett that said fraud and scams are the number one growth industry of our time. And one of the stories we did, which is so sad, and I hate to bring it down back to a sad topic, but is that I didn't know this before starting to report on it, which a lot of times you think, these scammers, these guys that are texting you, emailing you, and calling you, that these are, people in West Africa or, wherever, but like loan operators. Well, we did a story about these scam factories. Have you heard of these?
No.
It's these compounds in places like Cambodia and Myanmar in Asia, where it's basically factories sometimes with thousands and thousands of people, forced labor. So these are mostly people from India, sometimes Brazil, other Asian countries. The Philippines is a big place where they respond to ads to work in what they think are legitimate businesses, to work in online companies and whatnot, and they pay for their expenses to travel to these places, to Cambodia and Myanmar. In Myanmar, they're operating out of this area that's an ongoing civil war and is ruled by these militias. And they get in there, and as soon as they get in, they take away their passports, and they're trapped, and they're forced to scam. So they spend 24/7 scamming Americans and European people.
Wow.
And it is an industry where they're making billions of dollars. The U.S. government just recently seized $15 billion from one company, from one group of people alone in crypto. Wow. It's the craziest thing. So these people are being tortured and beaten, sometimes killed, and forced to scam. So we went actually to Myanmar. We were smuggled into the border, into Myanmar, into the country illegally.
Whoa.
Across the river, and spent time in this town that was basically built by this Chinese gang that was all with the money of scamming Americans, and they were trying to build like a mini Macau. And the guy that ran the company is called Whatta International, and he took us on a tour of this mini Macau, and it was so surreal. It was like these aqua parks with no one in the aqua park, and these luxury casinos. We ended the night, it was so crazy. This guy said he would give us an interview, but first we had to do the tour. And the interview would happen the next day. So we ended a night, this was actually not filmed, in a karaoke. That was a massive room where every wall and the ceiling was all a screen. It was like the future. And this is in a war-torn area of a country that's incredibly poor, and they've built this place with millions and billions of dollars from profits of scamming. Wow. And we ended the night with this guy, who's basically the head of this criminal Chinese gang running these scams, in this karaoke, singing Celine Dion and Whitney Houston, and being poured whiskey and whatever high-end brand we wanted.
You were getting drunk with him?
Oh my God, yes. I was singing my heart out. I spent the whole night singing Whitney Houston. The videos are so embarrassing because I cannot sing to save my life. But I was like, we need to get this guy on tape, so I'm just going to do whatever.
Wow.
And then the next day we interviewed him, and it was just fucking crazy. And we ended our last day. I mean, we interviewed a Chinese dude, so sad, like 21-year-old, who was caught trying to escape and was chased out of the building. He ran out of a third floor, broke both his legs, one at the hip, practically died, was actually saved by an onlooker who took him to the hospital and then moved to Thailand where I met him. He was in a wheelchair. Told us about beatings. We spoke to another Indian kid also who was they had a water hose on his body. He was forced to stand for 24 hours and then electrocuted And I mean, the videos out of these places were insane. Like people with horrific wounds and people dying and killed. And yeah, and just forced
So they're being forced
to
I never
scam,
considered
forced
that,
to
being
fucking
forced
scam.
into scamming.
Yeah, forced into scamming. And then we interviewed a girl called Angel who was raped repeatedly by her bosses, and she's sort of the face model. So a lot of times after speaking to these what they think are romantic relationships for a long time, they want to see people's faces. So this is the girl that then they put a fake AI face on top of her, but it has to be a girl because of the mannerisms and the voice. And they have this girl who actually speaks English, and she would talk to victims of scams and pretend that she was the wonderful woman that they'd been dating for months, and convince them to put their money into this crypto business that was fake, and take millions out of these victims. So this woman starts crying and telling me how she knows she's doing something awful, and how she's raped and how she doesn't want to be doing. And at the end she says, I said yes to doing this, even though it's incredibly dangerous. But I accepted doing this because I just want a message for the victims in America, the people that I've spoken to, that I'm sorry. I just want to apologize for all the harm that I've caused. And she's like in tears, but I have no way out. I mean, these are heart-wrenching stories. And the last day we were there, we were able to, there's this amazing organization called Acts of Mercy, religious-based organization that is working to try to get these people out. And a lot of these bosses, actually, you can pay for ransom. You can pay $10,000 to save a person from there. So, because if you're a bad scammer, if you're there and you're horrible and if you're sad and depressed and you're not doing your job, it's better for these bosses if you just get paid $10,000 to let this person go. So there was this case of the Filipino woman who the boss had agreed to a $12,000 payment to release her. But it's really dangerous there's this negotiator that goes and sort of tries to get her out of this compound. But he has to come with the money, and he has to be able to pay the crime boss, but he also has to pay the militias to get him in. So it was like a whole process. And we were with this group, Acts of Mercy and another guy, filming them as they're on the phone negotiating her release. And they're on the phone with her. She's inside the scam center, and she's like, where do I go? This scam center is massive. She had no idea where to go. And they're saying, go to the west gate, and the guy is there waiting for you. She's like, I don't know where to go. And she's crying. If they see me with the phone, because it's a confiscated phone, they're going to beat me, and they're going to put me in the dark room where I'm beaten and, tortured for days. And Amy, the woman on this side, is telling her, believe us, there's somebody waiting for you. Do not be afraid. Bring your phone. We need to be telling you how to get there. It was his whole ordeal. It was like fucking insane. It was out of a movie. And in the end, they didn't manage to get her out. But she was not that day, but she was released a month later, and she made it to safety. But this just to show how dangerous and difficult it is, even when they agree to let them go.
So what are most of the scams? Are most of the scams romantic?
Crypto scams. They're called pig butchering scams.
Pig butchering?
Yeah, that's the name they give them because it's an Chinese expression. It started in China. It started as a domestic scam in China, actually. And yeah, pig butchering because the idea is that you fatten the pig, which is your victim, and then you kill them at the end, right? Which that's why it's called pig butchering. But the idea is that you meet somebody online, and it's usually a beautiful girl or man, and you start a relationship with that person. You start.
How do they meet them?
You know those texts that you get a lot of times, like, hey, I haven't talked to you in a while?
Yes.
A lot of those are pig butchering scams. A lot of messages you get on Instagram from these beautiful girls or
They're stepping
men.
it up because I got a few iMessages like
Yeah,
that.
me too.
I was like, whoa.
Me too.
Not even just a green text
Right.
bubble anymore. They got iPhones
Right.
now.
And then they tell you, follow me on Instagram, and then let's go on WhatsApp.
Mm-hmm.
And then they are sending you photos of them in their private jets and living this wonderful life.
Is that what they're doing with you?
Yes.
With your
in other
your
ways, yeah.
In other, so these scams that
Yeah,
you're
one
responding
of the
to?
one we're trying to get is that we're getting several different kinds of scams, like Indian call centers and all of the different schemes. But eventually they start saying, look, we are living, and so you're curious, like, how are you making so much money? It's like, oh yeah, I've been investing in crypto, and I can't really tell you much about it now. So it can last months, and at some point they're like, okay, I built a relationship, yeah, I'm going to tell you how I do it. you've got $5,000 right now, and then you put the $5,000, and then they show profit on these fake websites. It looks completely legitimate, and you're saying, "Oh my God, I put 5,000 and now I have 10. How much more can I put in?" So people are going all in, and they're like everything. They have 401ks, they're remortgaging their houses, everything. And then, did you hear the case about the guy in Kansas?
No.
The bank?
No.
The guy that was the head of this bank in Kansas? Jamie, did you hear about this? It's a fucking fascinating story. It was a story in the New York Times, and then it got reported everywhere. I was trying to get this guy to talk to me because his story is fascinating. So this guy, amazing member of the community, small town in Kansas, the local bank that was started by the farmers decades ago. It's where all the farm community was put their money, trust this bank. Well, it turns out that this guy, the head of this bank that everybody trusted, upstanding member of the community, stole millions of dollars from the bank, and the bank went bankrupt. And he was stealing the money because he was being scammed by a pig butchering scam. And it started with him putting his own money. And then they kept on saying that in order to release the funds and all the millions that he'd made from his initial investment, he would put in more and more money. I think he ended up putting in something like
$47 million
from
customer accounts to scammers, depleting the bank's holdings. When a state banking regulator uncovered this fraud, they closed the bank and called the FBI. Whoa. He started slow, investing a few $1,000s in 2022 to buy what he thought was cryptocurrency. Oh my goodness.
How sad is that?
Wow.
I mean, awful. Obviously, he was stealing from his customers.
Wow.
But I find it so... He actually traveled to Australia at one point thinking he was going to meet the people that owed him money. I mean, he actually was completely scammed. And this is like the head of a bank.
Yeah.
The head of a fucking bank.
Wow.
It's fucking crazy. These guys are so good.
That's crazy.
Bananas.
They get a banker, but
Yeah.
is a banker in Kansas, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Don't be mean.
Sorry, Kansas. But you know what I'm saying.
Well, he's in prison now.
Oh, well, he should be. He stole
Yeah, I
$47 million. But he's also a dumbass. And the crazy
But
thing
he's-
is that you could be a dumbass and be a smart person if greed gets involved.
Yeah,
Greed is like, for greed, I think greed for shady people.
Let's talk employee benefits. Should we go with the HMO, PPO, or POS?
Let's compare the SBCs and SOBs.
We should look into PHP.
Have we thought about CDPs? We'll have to keep the HDHP if we want an HSA.
Like I said, PHP has some great
We
plans.
could offer an FSA or HRA or even a decal.
What about
You know who could help us? PHP.
That's a great idea.
That's what I've been trying.
When it's time to choose your company's health coverage, there's only 3 letters you need to know. PHP.
Stan, you're on mute. Again.
Hey, check 5-5. Oklahoma! 55 and right! Wash your dryer included! Pepper night! What?
Apply for a new place from any place
Fridge!
with just a single click.
Hot fuck the ball!
Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
It's almost, it's kind of fascinating because you gotta know at one point in time this is not smart, but the greed is like, but what if it is?
But I think more than greed, I think it's the acceptance that you have lost all that money. And that must weigh so heavily on you. If you have, if you're about to foreclose your home, if you'd sent all the money from your kids' college funds,
I mean the banker.
Oh, yeah, but even the banker.
but
even the banker, he sent all his, initially it was
right,
all
but then
his
he started
money.
stealing. That's all greed.
I don't think, I think it got to a point that he was swindled and made to believe that if he gives more money, he would get the money that he
When you
initially
think after
invested
like
back.
1 million,
And
you'd
he would
realize
be
you
able
get
to
lied
put back the 45 million that he stole from his customers.
Boy.
I think the realization, and this is something that I know from talking to so many scamming victims, it's not so much about wanting to make that money, it's the realization that you've been talking to somebody that's not real and that you have been so swindled, and I don't want to use the word dumb because I think all of us can fall victims to these scams. But the acceptance of that is really difficult. So you just want to keep on believing it. You know, you just pay whatever you need to pay so the dream stays alive.
Yeah, there's a Carl Sagan quote about that it's easier to convince a person, like it's harder to, like once a person has been swindled, it's much more difficult to convince them of the swindle.
Yeah.
They'll find ways to justify that it must be true.
A lot, not just him. A lot of these comedians ain't. Like I've been seeing a lot of comedians like trying to like separate themselves from Austin lately. Have you seen this?
Yeah, of
like
course.
I've seen a lot of these comedians like really trying to create distance from Austin. Like what's happening in Austin. A lot of comedians that like use Joe and his millions of followers to boost their careers, that went on there to promote their specials, that performed at the club, like really used Joe's power and influence that he was very generous to give them. And all of a sudden there's like a little internet backlash. And now I see these comics like kind of vocally talking that they would talk all this by the way, behind closed doors, because it's what comics do, but like real like rat weasel because you let this guy enrich you, you used him for his followers, and now you see a situation where like they're getting backlash, and instead you pile on for self-salvation.
Yeah.
Not get your boys back and refute some of the rumors that exist on the internet.
Yeah.
There's a lot of fucking weasels in this business, and it's good. I like to see it. I want everybody to know, because they're gonna get canceled for some shit in the future. They're gonna not live up to the purity test, and Joe is the type of guy that he would have had your back. He would have had you on the biggest platform in the world to explain yourself. He would have given you that opportunity. But now, you know, you're showing who you really are.
Cast your ads from Amazon to anywhere.
You're home for the holidays, back in your old room. Oh. At least you can get a deal on new shorts for Dad. Something with a little more coverage.
Alright, so it looks like the Saudi Arabian comedian Andrew Schultz just called out a bunch of his comedy friends for turning their backs on Lord Joe Rogan recently. And he's almost certainly talking about guys like Bobby Lee, Stavros Halkias, Dan Soder, and of course Anthony Jeselnik and Mark Maron. Because they're the biggest comics who have been on podcasts recently, trash-talking the Austin comedy landscape, Joe Rogan's comedy, and all of the right-winged chaos that flies under the radar down at the mothership. And as you'll see in this video, Andrew Schultz actually gives some very specific examples that point to him calling out Stavros Halkias and the Bad Friends podcast specifically. And while he's doing this, the levels of bootlicking and butt kissing that Andrew does in this podcast for Rogan is at an all-time high. Like, he pretty much admits that Joe Rogan gave him and everyone else their careers. Like it wasn't just a Rogan bump. He's speaking like Joe is the messiah that literally gifted all of them success in comedy. So according to Schultz, in a time like this, when the internet is piling on top of Joe and the mothership style of comedy, instead of joining in, they need to have their royal highnesses back, like the true members of the comedy death squad that they really are.
This thing that's like they're going like all the comics and whatever. It's like, listen, the majority of comics at a comedy club suck. Okay? They do. I go to the cellar and roll my eyes at half of these motherfuckers before I gotta go on and mop up the bombs that they fucking do. Okay? Okay, this idea that they're all good, but what we're not gonna do is pretend like there aren't fantastic comics there as well. Yeah. Okay? Shane is fantastic.
Yeah.
Derek Posen is fantastic.
Yep.
Brian Simpson is fantastic. Okay? Maybe they don't have the density that we have in New York right now. Okay? But at the same time, like, to dispel the entire scene, because now Joe can no longer do something for you, or Tony can no longer do something for you, because that's where it really comes down. When going on Joe Rogan made you a millionaire for 6 years in a row, all these comics were fucking quiet. They were complimentary. They were being so sweet because they wanted to get in. Now that going on Joe Rogan once doesn't automatically give you a career. And now that Kill Tony is focused on more like character-based people, now they no longer see their salvation in these two people. So now they're having these honest conversations. Oh, they're saying the R word a lot. Shut up, Dude, I'm seeing these comics. It's just so two-faced snake weasels, little rats.
Yeah.
And this is kind of who they are, though, to be honest. Like, these are the conversations they have in private, and then they kind of change face. So maybe it's even better that they're finally have the balls to be authentic.
By trying to defend Joe, he pretty much exposes his opinion about JRE and Kill Tony, which is that they're trending downwards, and that simply appearing on Joe Rogan's podcast won't give you a hugely successful career like it used to anymore, which is somewhat true, but it isn't really the reason why everyone's hating on them now. I mean, sure, Shane Gillis, Andrew Schultz, and all those guys were boosted by Joe's massive platform back in 2019, but just because that boost may have slowed down doesn't really explain why comics are going after Joe Rogan and the mothership style of comedy right now.
I'm not with that. You guys are doing in Austin.
What do you mean?
And by saying this, Andrew Schultz is kind of tiptoeing around how Joe Rogan has been completely radicalized over the past 6 years, and his comedy scene and the audience that it's attracted sort of followed in that direction too. And understandably, a lot of comics don't want to be associated with that. So just because Joe Rogan let a couple of these guys on his platform a long time ago doesn't mean he's automatically exempt from any criticism now. Like, it's crazy that Andrew is trying to push that here. No wonder he performed for the Saudi Arabian government.
I've never seen so much traffic. Do you regret letting the women drive? It's just more people on the road.
Despite his free speech warrior gimmick, Andrew Schultz loves censorship when it benefits him. Like, he's really trying to silence comedians who want to joke about how Joe Rogan is a complete hack.
Yeah, I just think it's so corny. You use someone to enrich yourself, and the second they're going through something, you immediately abandon them, and then you could say nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have to act. Now you have to say something. You have to have a word. It's like, yeah, okay. Well, now we know who you are. Even though we always knew, now everybody knows who you are. And your fans probably
No,
like,
some of them I'm surprised by.
Really?
Some of them I'm like, I thought you were a stand-up dude, man. I thought you were a stand-up fucking guy. And you were not.
Everything trickles down, right? So it's like, when the only way to make it was be on Comedy Central, all these comics that we see now were doing knock-knock jokes, hoping to get a special on Comedy Central, right? So you basically gravitate towards what your salvation is. Most people do. Most comics do. Joe Rogan was the way